Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and I am sitting next to the queen of La La Land, Lex Nevin.
Love. Hi.
Welcome to Weekly Trash.
Thank you. It's fun to watch you do you're like a DJ.
It's actually super annoying, and at some point Carly's gonna do it, but we just haven't gotten to there.
You're good at
yet.
it.
It's a lot.
It's fun to watch. You're good
It's
at
a lot.
it.
Do you not have a roadcaster?
No, I do, but I don't. Yours is bigger than mine, and also like I need to set mine up so it has
the
song
music.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could tell you I could teach you, but I don't remember how I did that.
I don't know anything.
I googled. I watched a YouTube tutorial. Did it one time. Completely forgot how I did it.
I just recently figured out how to put a picture, and I have a little picture of a cat right there.
You can put a picture
It says
there?
La La Land with a cat. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me how I
did
it.
Teach me. You're like, I
Don't
don't remember how I did that. Because yeah, you have a podcast, La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a La La Lander.
I'm so honored that you listen.
What? Because I remember an episode you were trying to figure out what you would call us.
Someone said La La Land lovers, and I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I remember that. La La Land lovers. Okay.
Trashers.
So that's me.
Yeah.
Trashers and La La Land lovers
Cute.
unite. Here we are together in one room.
Beautiful.
And I am wearing Dressed in Lala. That's a Dressed in Lala cardigan, right?
Yeah, you look so good in that dress.
It's the best. This is what I almost wore to the party. And then I wore the other one that everyone was obsessed with. And my sister tried to buy it the other day. It was sold out.
Oh my
We're all sold
gosh.
out of it.
You probably popped off.
I mean, I don't want to take credit. It's literally the most beautiful thing ever.
You looked so good in it. The funny thing is, Josie, I was like listening to your episode where you're like, I have my party and I have like nothing to wear and I'm like postpartum. And I was like, come, like if you want, you should come. And
you're the best.
But you came and everything looked good on you. And I'm not just saying that, like everything looked good on you. And even because you couldn't decide which one to wear.
I couldn't decide because they were all so good. But then once I put on the one I wore,
it was like va-va-voom.
This is it. And it just worked with the colors. But
it looked really good on you.
So nice.
But everything looked really good on you. And I think that's the thing about Lala, like not to flex, but like
no flex.
Everything is like, I'm really into like comfort. So everything is like cute, but like
comfy.
It's
not like
kind of oversized, but not like too oversized. I don't know.
The reason why I loved that one is because I'm insecure about my arms. I feel like a lot of women are. And I liked the way that it had like the bat wings.
Yeah.
And then it like accentuated my waist.
Yeah.
Accentuated my waist.
Yeah.
So I felt
you looked
smaller.
Snatched. You looked like Kim K.
Yeah, like totes.
You did.
Like, yeah.
Were people loving it at the party?
Yeah. Oh, everyone was obsessed. They were like, "Where's that dress from?" And I was like, "Where do you think? Who would have something this cool?" Dressed in Lala.
It was so good on you.
So now that I've like kissed your ass like so hard because I'm like so obsessed with you, the whole world is kind of obsessed with your vibe. You're just the coolest person ever. No, you really are. I was trying to follow you like forever ago and you were on private and I was just like waiting. I'm like, hit the accept like years ago.
You're so funny.
And
I
now
saw
you're
that.
like sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, pinch. Okay.
I saw that in the notes you sent. You were like, I was in your friend
follow requests forever. For a hot minute.
I don't know what my deal is. I like go through stages where I'm like, I'm gonna share everything, and then I go through stages where I'm like, literally like I'm
nobody looking
such a mystery.
Yeah.
And I think like like having kids, it's kind of like,
oh, I'm private.
Yeah.
My personal's private.
So that's the thing too, is like I don't have an Instagram for just the podcast. And I don't know if I want to.
Would you ever combine it with Dressed in Lala? Because it's like Lala Land. No.
I feel like they're like two different things. Yeah. And like I try not to like force people who shop Lala. Yeah. Like, Yeah. But
that is hard.
Anyways, so that's why. But there was one time like that there was a lot of friend requests.
Oh yeah.
There was like 900 plus and I couldn't see them all.
Oh, that's how I am right now. I'm the worst. If you're in my friend request right now, here's the deal.
For your personal.
I only accept it if I have at least one mutual friend with you.
Wow, that's like actually not that like hard. Like, what if like
exactly? It's not that hard. Yeah. So if you can figure
just
out a way,
find one insider, follow me. Wait, I don't think I follow your personal. I need to.
Yeah, go follow me.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Josie Van Dyke, that's my name. And I feel bad because I look at these girls and I'm like, they're cute girls, but I don't know if they're on Reddit or not. And that's where I'm like, I don't want to let people into my life if you're gonna like hate on me like behind my back. Not that I've even read Reddit, but I know
you literally never have.
Never.
I'm so proud of you.
And I will never. That's like, that is a line I've had to draw in the sand. Like that is not happening because I will be suicidal 1,000%.
Totally. But the thing is it's so like, I get it, but it's so tempting at the same time.
Totally.
So that's like a really good,
totally.
what's the word?
Self-control.
Self-control. Yeah.
My husband had read it because I did a Q&A when he was coming on my podcast, like, what do you want me to ask? And someone was like, there's a Reddit page saying that like some really horrible allegations against you and your husband. So he went on and read them? So he was like, what could they possibly say? And I had said that he went golfing, which he did. He went golfing after I had the baby and I was home with 3 kids and he was golfing. And I made a post saying next time he golfs, I'm going to light all his clothes on fire.
It's just like
to be funny,
golf wife thing.
And people were like, is he golfing or is he golfing? Like, if he's like cheating on me.
Why are they thinking that?
Because people have no life.
So did he read it and he's like, don't ever read it?
Well, he read them and he was actually laughing. He thought it was freaking hilarious. And then he like obviously scrolled down and there was stuff that wasn't about him. And he was just like, yeah, I think you're good. And I'm like, I'm going to trust you. And also I just know my personality and I would become obsessive and I would look all the time. And I would be like, I truly think I would be suicidal. I'm not mentally strong enough to read that.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I went private too. Like recently, I just like, I don't know. I'm like such a baby sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like such a savage. I just go through like,
I'm the same way. Like,
I'm like I don't care what anyone says. Yeah. And then I'm like, literally like,
no, for real.
Like,
that's me.
There was like a Facebook group. And it's like a fan page of Lala, which is cool.
Yeah,
like
that's amazing.
Like the fact that someone started a page, and I think there's like 5,000 people in it now.
Shut up.
Yeah, which is cool. And they like do like buy, sell, trade, and they like buy things from each other. And I think it like started in like a really good place. But then once I started the podcast and like I started to put my personal life out there more, they like had lots of opinions.
Ew.
And I just was like, and I think if it was just me, but also like easy for me to say, but I think if it was like just me with the podcast, I wouldn't care as much. But I get really paranoid about it affecting Lala because it's not just me anymore. Yeah.
It's how you pay for people's livelihood.
Yeah. Like I have 30 employees. Actually, we just hired 4 new people this week. So like I have more than 30 employees.
That's
my husband works that, like it's everything. It's all of our livelihood. So that's when it like worries me. And I'm like, I don't want to like, because something that a lot of them like to talk about is, oh, she just bought and like, and this is the funny thing too. I like hardly ever share. You said this, like I'm kind of like I don't share that much.
Like you're private.
Yeah, but like the few times in my life where I've shared that like I bought a new bag or something, because that's like my like guilty pleasure.
Which everyone loves it.
Use it against me.
That's
it's like, oh, Lex raised prices because she needs to buy more designer bags.
No,
I know, and so then I'm like, okay, well. Like I just
I'm not going to share anything.
Yeah.
But then you think about like the big bloggers who literally their whole life is sharing how much money they have. And I'm like,
and all the things they buy.
And I'm like, I wonder how much hate they get.
I know.
I can't even imagine.
But like with you, I'm like, girl, like the fact that you have a Reddit page like means you've made it. Like it's so easy for me to be like.
It's so depressing to think that though. Like
I know
to make it, you have to have people hating you.
It's depressing for other people. It's not depressing for you. It's depressing for other people.
I guess that's true.
But like with like friends or like anyone that's like successful and like doing what they want to do. Yeah. If you have haters, like slay.
It means you're doing something right.
But with me, I'm like, I can't handle it. I don't know.
No, I wish I could take my own advice because if somebody else was like in my shoes, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, you got haters, girl. I get it, girl. Yeah. And now I'm like, wait, you don't like me? Like, why? I'm so nice.
I know.
Like, why don't you like me?
Well, that's the thing. They don't know you.
Yeah. No.
So right here, we're like drawing a line. Me and you, we'll shake hands on it. We don't care about haters anymore.
No,
because
not at all.
It's
irrelevant.
It says more about them than it says about us.
It really does.
It's sad.
It's sad. If they're on Reddit, it's sad. And people kind of get at me. They're like, you talk about Reddit a lot for someone who's never even read it. And I'm like, I do. You're right. You know what? And it's because self-consciously I'm like, I hate that people are online talking about me, but I'm over it.
But you know, all the other people have Reddit pages. Like you're Amber Filler up.
I'm basically Beyonce.
You're basically Carol Lauren.
Literally. We look the exact same. Our bodies are identical.
Stop. You're the brunette version.
Totes with my 6-pack.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I don't know how we got into that.
No,
but
I love that we got into that. You're a podcaster, so you get it. You got to just chat.
Flows,
it just flows, and I love that. It makes it very easy to podcast with other people who get it.
It's
so
true.
Thanks for being here.
I remember my very first podcast. I like planned it out and all this stuff, and I like sat down, and I had a producer at the time who would like come and be there, and I didn't know her very well.
Okay.
And it was so awkward. And
yeah, I couldn't do that.
I think my first episode that I recorded was like 20 minutes, and it felt like I had been recording for like 2 hours.
And it was a solo?
Yeah.
Oh, see, Carly doesn't come when I'm solo. If I was solo and she was just watching me talk,
You'd
think
feel
I would
weird.
die.
Yeah.
That would be so uncomfortable.
I didn't know any different, but like it's such a talent and like an art to learn that like podcasts are conversational. So now
Absolutely.
I'm just chatting. Like
you just have to
But
chat.
in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like harder than they make it look.
Well, and I think solo podcasts are super vulnerable and intimate.
Yeah.
So if somebody's just watching you do that,
Yeah.
fun trick, and it might be a little narcissistic, but when I first started doing solo podcasts, I would solo podcast in front of a mirror.
No, I feel like that makes sense.
Because then I felt like I was at least talking to
myself. You're like laughing at yourself in the mirror.
Literally. I'm like, I am such a narcissist right now. I'm literally watching myself podcast.
That actually makes sense.
But it did help a little bit. So if anyone's starting out and they are doing solos, try doing it in front of a mirror.
I love it.
There you go. Well, we need to do a dumpster deep dive on you because we got to start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Lex, where are you from? Today's dumpster deep dive is sponsored by Dressed in Lala. Lala is a fashion brand for the bold. It's definitely not for everyone, but that's the whole point. If you know, you know. In a world that is constantly telling women what to wear and who to be, Lala gives us permission to be whoever the hell you want to be. Bold patterns, lots of colors, and oversized everything. I wore the most fun, flattering dressed in Lala dress at my weekly trash party, and every single person that came up to me was obsessed with it and immediately asked where it was from. And of course, it was from Dressed in Lala because no other brand does it like Lala. So go to dressedinlala.com, DRESSEDINLALA.com, and use code weeklytrash for 10% off your order.
I know. I don't think you know any of this.
I don't.
We've literally only met one time.
We only met one time, but I will say I listen to your podcast. So I am going to play dumb a little bit because I do know where you're from and I do know your life story.
Okay. I'm from St. George. I grew up there and yeah, my whole life basically lived in St. George. I am the oldest of 4 kids.
Okay.
So I'm the oldest and then I have 2 little sisters and then the youngest is a brother.
What's the age gaps between all you guys?
So it's me. I'm almost 32. And then my little sister Hannah is 30. We're like 2 years apart.
Okay.
And then I have another sister, Sid, who takes some of my pictures for Lala. And she is, it's just weird because it feels like your siblings are like forever like 12 or whatever.
No, it is weird.
I think Sid is like 25. And then Luke, my little brother, just turned 20.
Oh, so there's like a decent age gap between the younger two.
Yes. When my little brother was born, I was like 11.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, yeah. And all my family still lives in St. George.
Everyone's out there except for your sister who takes Lala pictures.
No, she comes up.
Oh, she comes up?
Yeah,
That's
she comes up and we do it like
nice.
once a month. It's nice because she'll take the pictures. Sometimes I feel like it's good for me to be in the pictures of like the things I've designed just to like make it more personal.
You make it look really good.
That's nice. I don't know if that's true. But also it's because my sister is the one who takes the pictures of me and I can like boss her around and be like, show me. And she'll even be like, suck in a little or like whatever.
Yeah. A sister is looking out for you.
Yeah.
She's like, not your best side. Turn around.
Yeah.
Flip.
Yeah. 100%. She'll be like, that's a weird face. But
yeah. No.
Yeah. So yeah, they all live in St. George. My mom and dad live there.
Still married?
My parents got divorced like almost 2 years ago. They got divorced literally Christmas like 2 years ago. Christmas Eve or something.
Was that super hard?
Yeah.
Watching it happen because you don't hear about it happening older when like older in life.
Mm-hmm. I like heard this like statistic thing. I don't remember where I heard it or if it's even true, but they said that like mentally and like trauma wise, like on your brain, your parents getting a divorce when you're older is like more traumatic than like when you're younger.
Yeah.
Just because you're probably like more set in your ways or whatever. But yeah, it was hard. I mean, I also have lived up here for a long time. How long have I lived here? Like 11 years or something. So I was away from it, which was kind of also like my coping mechanism in a way, because I feel like being the oldest, I was always like paranoid, like making sure everyone was okay. Even my mom and dad, like I seriously felt like I was like the adult, because like in a divorce, I feel like everyone just gets so like immature and
they hit below the bell. It's
1,000,000%. So
did their marriage always, like growing up, were they affectionate? Like, did you ever see this coming?
Like I always felt like they were kind of, like when I was little, they were great. Like I have good memories. Like me and my sister below me have like really good memories and we had like a great childhood. But then the younger two, I feel like had a completely different experience. So they just like fought a lot. And it was always kind of like the vibe where it's like, I don't know how they ended up together, like opposites attract.
Gotcha.
Like, you know,
oh, that's me and my husband. Oh shoot, the Reddit page is gonna come for me.
No, but sometimes it does. But
no, yeah.
and like it seemed like it was just like their thing. But I think like especially my mom was kind of just waiting for my little brother to graduate high school, which is always a thing. And I will just say right now, I don't think it's like necessary. I think it's worse. My little brother having to hear them fight or whatever. He was like in the middle of it his whole high school experience when they could have gotten divorced, and it would have sucked. But
at least he
like
didn't
stop
have to deal
waiting
with that.
for your kids to turn 18 to get a divorce.
Yeah,
it's not better. Like I get that they were like meaning well, but I don't know.
Yeah, if
so
it's
anyways,
already messy at home, just shut that door and
because I feel like that's like healthier to show your kids like we respect each other enough to move on, and like
for sure.
Then So anyways, but it's okay now. Like in the beginning, it was really hard and weird, and like navigating the like, who are we spending Christmas? Like literally this morning, my husband Matt was like, "What are our plans for like the holidays?" Like.
Because both parents are still in St. George too.
Yes, but like we have the only grandkid. So me and Matt's son Ozzy is like the only grandkid. So everyone's obsessed, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like last year my mom had Christmas with us. So like, is it my dad's turn this year, or is that gonna make my mom sad?
And what about
like,
Matt's family?
Matt's family, luckily they don't give a crap because this is like super crazy. But Matt's parents, so he has 8 kids in his family, which is a lot.
Holy shit.
They all live like from here to like American Fork, like so close.
So Utah.
But his parents moved to Ecuador last year.
Just cuz? Or are they serving a mission or something?
No, they're not Mormon, but like they
just moved to Ecuador. Is he a doctor?
No, bro. It's just like a thing where like they like it I guess a lot of people like expats go there and retire because your money goes really far and you can like live a really good life. Like
what's expats?
Expats? I don't actually know. It's like a cool word people use when you like move to a different country.
Okay. Expats.
I might need to Google that. Anyways, but it's like a thing where a lot of people just move there. Like their rent is like $500 and like
but
it's
you're
just
in Ecuador.
Yeah. And it sounds cool if they were like somewhere beachy, but they're not.
But they're
like
in Ecuador.
Mountains. I know, and away from all the grandkids. But I don't know. I think they're just like figuring it out.
Do they speak Spanish?
Matt's dad does.
But mom doesn't.
Hold on, I have to Google expat because now I feel weird.
Yeah, I've just never heard that term. Expats.
No, expat. I think
expat.
Anyways,
at first I thought you said expads.
Expat, a person who lives outside their native country.
Ooh, word of the day.
Yeah, I'm so smart. That was like
expat. Expat.
PAT. Yeah.
Expat. Word of the day.
They're expats. But anyways, so Matt's family's chill, and so like since they're gone, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. We're close with some of them we don't see as much.
So it's kind of like whatever.
Super chill. Yeah. Fine. I don't know.
What brought you to Utah? Like, I guess you're from Utah, but what brought you to St. George?
Everyone
doesn't
always
feel like
says
Utah.
That. Everyone who lives up here doesn't feel like St. George.
It feels like Nevada. It feels like a weird place.
Yeah.
That's not Utah, but it's not quite Nevada.
I know.
It's just St. George.
It's St. George. I know. So I moved up here to go to college.
Where'd you go?
UVU.
UVU.
Mm-hmm.
Go Wolves, right?
Go Wolverines. Yeah. Wolves.
What is a Wolverine?
It feels like it's like a gorgeous, like feminine wolf.
What's the difference between a wolf and a Wolverine?
No, I think it's actually like a little crusty, like a smaller wolf. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. And it sounds like something that would be on Twilight. Like it's not real. Like a Wolverine is not
I think
real.
It's actually like a Marvel character.
Yeah,
so
that
people
guy
might get offended by that. Is it Hugh Jackman?
Yes, and he has like the hair on his face.
He's kind of hot.
He's Wolverine. That's a Wolverine.
Oh, it's kind of
it's a real thing.
It's giving like badger.
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of giving raccoon.
Yeah, especially from this far away.
Yeah, from this, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, so I went to UVU. So I actually went to UVU right out of high school. I moved up here with my best friends, and we went to UVU, and then we were like broke and depressed and like making bad choices. So we all moved home like the summer after.
Oh, okay. And bad choices, like
everything.
Okay.
Also, everyone was in a different vibe.
Okay.
Basically, like a lot of our parents were like, "You need to come home."
Okay.
So, we all moved home after the first year, and then I lived in St. George for a year with my parents. I mean, at my parents.
Did you go to Dixie?
And I went to Dixie. Okay. Yeah. And then I was like, "Get me out of here." And then I came back, and I came back by myself and lived with like people that I had met. A girl I had met on Instagram. So it was like full on like brave.
Did you become friends with her, or
Yeah,
was it like?
Yeah, we became friends. It was like actually
you still
good.
talk. That's the real,
a little bit,
true
yeah,
test.
a little bit. Like we're Instagram friends.
Okay, because if that's when you know if like you actually became friends, if you still talk.
I mean, they were like a couple of them are my bridesmaids.
Okay,
but that was also in the era of having like 20 bridesmaids. So
why did we do that?
I don't know.
What year did you get married?
2014.
2016. Yep.
Yeah. It was just
bridesmaids.
It was like the picturesque like Pinterest of like 20 girls in like different shades of beige. Like that was the vibe, you know.
It was the worst.
Yeah, so word to the wise, if you're getting married now, just don't have bridesmaids, or
just have like
your sisters and your literal best friend.
Yeah.
Or your sister-in-laws.
Because I feel like girls get stuck where they're like, okay, she's my friend.
If I invite her, then I have to invite her. That's what happened with me.
Oh, there's people that were in my wedding party that I'm like, I literally hate you now.
I know.
Just kidding. I don't hate anybody, but like, wouldn't have you as my bridesmaid.
And you're just like young. How old were you when you got married?
20.
Yeah, I was 22. But like, you're just young and you don't know. And your parents are, I talked about this on my podcast today. Like people, when you're young and getting married and your parents are paying for it, it's kind of like you don't really like have a say in anything.
True.
It's whatever your mom
paid
wants.
for my wedding.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. When I say I should say my husband.
But still, that's
a hardworking man. I paid for my veil.
Okay.
Which was very expensive.
Sounds
actually.
like a good deal. Like
paid for my veil,
paid for the veil.
Paid for my makeup. Paid for my
He
pictures.
bought your dress?
He bought my wedding dress.
That's king shit.
Right?
Wow.
I didn't grow up with money, and my mom was in school.
Are your parents divorced?
No, they're still married.
Oh, okay.
But whenever I refer to my parents, it always sounds like they're
your
divorced because it's like my mom, but like they're very much still married.
Yeah.
But my mom was in school getting her bachelor's, and my dad was just trying to support her and everything else.
Yeah.
And so they gave me like $1,000, and I was like, cool, that'll cover like nothing.
Yeah.
And then my grandparents gave me $1,000. My husband's grandparents gave us $1,000. So we had $3,000.
Okay.
And then everything else that was like for the bride's side, my husband paid for.
That's so sweet. That means he really wanted to marry you.
Oh, he was the sweetest.
Go tell the Reddit page that.
No, he literally is my little Prince Charming. So
I
people can
that.
fuck off. But yeah, he was a little king. I love him. But yeah, he bought my wedding dress.
That's so sweet. I literally
and it was
love that.
way more than he wanted me to spend. He was like, don't spend more than this much. I'm like, okay. And I went to the Alta Moda. Have you been to that bridal shop?
I went to Alta Moda too, and that's where I fell in love with my dress too.
I went to Alta Moda. It was their like yearly sale where it's all of the samples.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if you want it, you have to buy it like then.
Is it cheaper than normal or something?
It's cheaper than normal because it's sample sizes.
Got it.
And so I was like, I found this dress. I loved it. Literally didn't try on any other dresses, just this one. And I was like,
perfect.
I need it.
How much was it?
It actually wasn't that bad. Like when I say it, people are gonna be like, that's it. But you have to remember, like I was poor.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like $1,200.
No, but like,
and
over $1,000.
The budget was $800. And I was like, he gave me his card so I could pay for it. And then after he was like, you spent too much. And I was like, yeah, but I loved it.
$400 more. It's like girl math.
It's fine.
It's basically free.
It's literally free. It's just tax. Like it's fine.
My dress I found at Alta Moda too, and it was like, I think it was like $5,000 or something.
Yours was beaded, right?
Yeah. So my sister-in-law actually made it by hand. I like went and tried on dresses and then decided like the vibe I wanted, because I wanted like a Gatsby-esque. That was like the vibe back then. And she like basically took it, and then we like designed it for myself, and she made it by hand and beaded every single bead. That's like her gift. She like makes all the brides' dresses in the family.
Insane.
I know. It's
that
so
takes
beautiful.
So much time.
She had like carpal tunnel at the end.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I like had people like asking after I got married to like rent it, and I was like, no, it's so special.
No, that's
like maybe
so
I should get like
special.
buried in it or something.
You should. Just like people. Okay,
kind of
I'm not gonna. I was
creepy.
gonna say people when they're in the temple, they get buried in their temple clothes. You can get buried in your wedding dress.
Yeah, like why not?
Same thing.
Or I'll get buried in Lala. I'll get buried in like the dress you're wearing.
Okay, that would be kind of
It'd be
iconic.
a little,
Have like your nail tech do like crazy nails with like R.I.P. on them.
Aliens. Love.
That would be so cool. Okay, how do we get here? Okay, so
I was gonna say though, I don't want my parents' situation to sound sad, because after you were talking about your mom and whatever, that's literally how my life was. Like it's like you talk with your mom, and then your mom and dad show up somewhere, right? Or like whatever.
Yeah.
Now something cool that has come of it is like we have a relationship with my dad now. Like,
oh, that's nice.
Not that we didn't before, but it's
it's not the same.
If we want to see him,
you have to talk to him.
Yeah, and he reaches out to us now, and like I feel like we see him more, and just in general, our relationship with our dad is a lot better.
That's
so
great.
That's a good thing that's come of it. Anyways,
because I do think girls like we just connect with their moms.
Yeah, and moms just always like make stuff happen. It's like
it's like, Mom,
here,
what are we doing for dinner?
We're doing this for Christmas. Blah blah blah. So
1,000%.
That's one good thing.
So you go to Dixie.
Yes.
Then what brought you back again?
I was just like, I can't live at home. And like literally there's something about St. George, and I don't know, you like grew up close, huh?
I grew up in just Draper.
And you live here?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can't relate. But like when I go back to St. George, I like revert back to my like 18-year-old like insecure HCG diet, like depressed self. Like I just, and it's smaller. It's like you go to Target and you see like 5 people you went to high school with. Like it's such a bad vibe for me. Like I don't know. And all my friends feel the same way.
I think everyone feels that way.
Yeah.
For me, it's almost like I always wanted to be rich.
Yeah. So now you're just like,
not that I'm rich, but like
you're like, I'm still here.
Like I'm here, and now I'm driving the car that I'm always wanted.
I have podcast with 2 million listens. I'm driving my Thunder.
I feel really cool.
You should be flexing.
I feel pretty cool. And so like when I drive past like exes' houses and they're like losers who like sell for Vivint and make 10 grand a year, I'm like, thank you.
It's true. And when I go back to St. George, cool. I'm like, I'm flexing on you, host.
I'm like, you're a loser and you live in your parents' basement. Like, what's up? Like, I have a house.
It's true.
So
it's also different up here. It's like there's a lot of cities close, and like you drive.
St. George is a small town.
Just St. George. But so then I was just like, I got to get out of here. There was like, and also I had like, this is like a whole other thing, but I had a missionary kind of.
Oh, okay.
And so he got back. He was like supposed to get back soon after my first semester, and so I was like really excited about that. And it was just like. It was like the thing where like you get older and you're like, oh, like
we're not compatible.
And he was graduated when I met him. So I was a senior and he was like a freshman. And so I thought he was so cool and so hot. And then he came home and I was like, you are creepy.
You're not it.
He no shade, but he would like wear plaid shorts and BYU shirts every day. And then he broke his foot and like it gave me such the ick because he had crutches. I was like, as soon as your foot heals, I'm breaking up with you.
Like, can you walk, please?
It was just a whole thing. So, and we were both like living with, anyways. So after that, I was just like, I got to get out of here. So I just moved back up here.
And how'd you meet your now husband?
So Matt and I met. It's like so weird, but that was also the era of Twitter. Do you remember when Twitter was like the thing?
Yeah.
It was like you were tweeting every.
I was always tweeting Justin Bieber. Like, please retweet me.
Me too.
Please retweet me.
Just hoping he would follow.
Yes, or just like
he was
like super good at talking to
people. Yeah.
Who knows if it was really him? But
I think it was.
I dreamed it was.
Yeah. So it was just I was tweeting, tweet as one did, and someone up here had like retweeted something I did, and he just saw the tiny little picture. And clicked and like realized I lived up here and started like being honestly like intense about it. Like he would like respond to my tweets. He like DM'd me on Twitter and then he found me on Instagram. Like started messaging. Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, I like wasn't really into it because he had like a lot of selfies.
Oh, you're like, oh, you're one of them.
And I don't know. But I had told myself when I moved back up north, I'm gonna like go on a date with anyone who asks. Like, I just need to, like,
YOLO.
Give people a chance. So it was part of that. And then in real life, when he, like, came to pick me up, I, like, tried to, like, cancel the day of. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm having really bad cramps. And he was like, I can get, like, do you need medicine? Do you need, like, just tell me what you need. I really want to meet you. And I was like, oh, my gosh. But then when he came to pick me up, he was so cute. And he's 6'5".
I was going to say, he's so tall.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. And he had really good style. And in real life, he was super cute and great and nice.
Not stalker.
Yeah, and social media, he was just, I don't know what he was doing. Now he's not even on Instagram, so.
Well, that's good. He's not trying to find other little.
He's not posting any more selfies.
Yeah, he's like, guys, look how cute I am.
That's good.
What color hair did you have when you guys met? Because you've had several hair colors.
I had blonde. I had like platinum.
Mm-hmm. Which has been your favorite hair color? This is so random, but I just want to know.
I don't know because I look at pictures of it blonde now and I'm like, that looks like hay. Like, it was so
What's your natural?
My natural hair is like so coarse too. Like it's actually kind of curly and coarse. And so when it's blonde, it feels really intense. My natural is like a dark blonde. Like almost like looks light brown.
Because this looks like it could be your natural color to me. Maybe it's because like you have darker brows and like you're tan. I don't know.
And both of those things are fake. So
we love it.
I don't know. But the dark hair has been good because like one of my biggest flexes is like how long my bangs are right now because this is like crazy for me.
That is crazy.
Yeah, they used to be like broken off like 24/7.
I have fake hair sewn into my head, so I couldn't even tell you where my real hair is.
Yours looks so good. Yeah, so the dark is like for now here to stay just because it's healthy.
You've done pink.
Mm-hmm. One time I did blue, and the blue was so bad. Like I did it on my platinum, and then as it started, it wasn't fading. And so I was doing everything I could. I was using Dawn dish soap. I was doing bleach washes in the shower. It turned green. Like not
like Billie Eilish green?
Kind of, but like
not great.
Yellowy blue mix.
Okay.
So then I had to go get diet brown. It was just, yeah. So as of right now, I'm just trying to keep it brown. But then I literally had an epiphany this last weekend that maybe I need to like try to go my natural color. I'm just in this stage where I'm like, maybe everyone looks the best with what they were born with.
I've noticed that too. Like, I don't wear eyelash extensions anymore.
You look so good without them.
But like, it's the Babe Original serum. I'm not like plug them right now. They're literally, it's crack for my eyelashes.
Those are your eyelashes?
Those are my eyelashes.
It makes my eyes so red.
So it's because you have blue eyes. I have brown eyes. People with brown eyes, go buy it right now. Brown eyes, black eyes, green eyes.
It's just blue eyes?
It's just blue eyes that I heard that it sometimes can irritate, which I don't know why.
I know.
But I love it.
I do have sensitive eyes. So,
because I have no eyelashes.
But like, if you told yourself a year ago that you would take off your eyelash extensions, would you have ever believed?
Absolutely not.
Me too. Like, I thought I would have those puppies till I died. And then now when I look at pictures, I'm like, I
look like a hooker.
You look, and it like, it drags your face down. Yes. It almost like covers your eye. Yes. It's just not a vibe.
Yes. No offense if you have eyelash extensions.
No offense, like, because like I've been there.
But maybe try, just like do it. See what happens.
You feel like a toe for a month.
Like straight up, I thought I looked like a cancer patient. Yeah, I had no eyelashes.
There's nothing that compares to the insecurity that feels when you take them off.
Sick.
But then it's just like getting your brain used to the way you look again. And then once you're used to it, you're like, oh my gosh, I look so much cleaner.
Every time I took them off, I was in the thick of postpartum, and that sure didn't help.
You can't do stuff like that.
Because like I already hated the way I looked.
You can't do stuff like that.
And then I took off my lashes, and I was like, okay, see you guys later. I'm never coming back.
But did you take them off when you were pregnant?
I took them off postpartum again, but it was because with 3 kids, I just did not have the time to go get them done. And so
nice to rub your eyes though, right?
Especially because I'm an allergy girl. If you can't tell, I've been like picking my nose this entire time because my nose is so itchy.
It's like a sexual experience to like rub so hard.
That's how I would feel if I didn't have extensions in my head and I could rub my scalp.
I even still have a rub.
Yeah. Whenever they take my extensions out, I'm like, will you just like scratch my head for an hour? Because I don't ever get to experience it.
I got a massage recently, and they did it was a facial, and they did like a peppermint head scalp thing, and I was like, this is.
I always get so embarrassed when they do that.
I'm always like, I have an extension.
They're like, yeah,
I have one right here and one right here. I'm like, I have 2 extensions.
Well, I used to have like a tumor coming out of my head that I just got removed, and
oh my gosh,
it was so gross. And the relief I feel, it was just like an irritated mole. I actually got a phone call this morning from the dermatologist. They were like, it's not cancer. I'm like, hallelujah, because I really wasn't stressed about it. So that would have been a huge plot twist if they were like, you have cancer.
You're like, I have to cancel the pod.
Wow, that came out of nowhere. But now that I don't have it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can show people my head. It's so sad. I was so insecure, and it was kind of like my husband's fault because every time he would like cuddle me, he'd be like above my head, and he'd be like, ew, and I'm like,
that's so rude.
You're a dick.
That's so rude. Matt, his thing is like I'm not proud of this, but it's just like a girl thing. Like I wash my hair. Now that it's shorter, I'm washing it more. But like when you have like extensions,
it's so much work.
It's so much work. It's exhausting, and then you have to like blow dry it. Yep. And straight I would have to straighten it because my real hair is curly, and then the extensions are like it was just a whole thing. So I'd wash it like maybe once a week or something. But anytime we like cuddle, or he'd be like behind me, he'd be like, your hair smells like hair, and I'd be like, that's
shut up,
so rude. Like you tried like having this gorgeous head of hair.
Yeah, just go spray some perfume on it. Like that's better. It's fine.
Anyways,
no, men just don't get it.
They don't understand what we have to go through.
They really don't. But yeah, you met your husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
we got married.
We dated for like almost 2 years or something.
So a long time.
Yeah.
And when you got married, what were you doing for work?
I was the manager of Swig in Provo.
Oh my gosh.
I was in college. So
okay. Oh, you still were in college?
So I didn't graduate college until like a year after we got married. But yeah, I got so this is like such a long story, and it's so weird because the bad broadcast, Maddie, I like went to brunch with her a long time ago, earlier this year, and she was like, I heard your parents own Swig. And I was like, literally no. Like it was like the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
But that's the craziest rumor ever.
The people who own Swig are family friend, like they were friends in St. George, because Swig started in St. George. So when they opened Swig, the very first one, I was a senior in high school, and I applied, like they asked me if I wanted to apply, and so I was one of the first employees. And so anyways, then I moved up here for college and they opened the Provo store and same thing. They're like, will you come work?
Like, absolutely.
And then, yeah, they like asked me if I wanted to be the manager. And I was like, at the time I thought it was so much money to be made. It was like a salary. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was like.
But that's a big deal, a salary.
Yeah.
In high school, or not high school, but college.
Yeah.
Pretty good. $10K a year.
Yeah. I think my paychecks were like $1,000.
Hey.
But I was like freaking like hustle culture. Like, I'm not going to lie. That was like a hard job. Because they open at like 7, and if someone didn't show, of course they didn't. They were just like college kids who don't give a crap. I'd have to like drive in there and be like serving dirty Dr. Peppers for breakfast to everyone.
I bet you're bomb at making drinks though.
I am. I'm really good. And like, I'm so good just in general. Like, I could go back to Swig and like tear that place up right now.
Like, order number 5, order number 6.
Like, just remembering and like being like quick. So anyways, so I did that, and then I graduated college. And
what was your degree in?
I got a degree in PR, public relations, and then minor in marketing, and got a job. Like, I started interviewing for jobs before I graduated, and I got a job as a marketing manager at it was like a local MLM that sold.
I was an MLM girly too. So
you were a part of one? Or
yeah, I was a part of many.
Okay. I'm sure
they promised me well.
I'm sure you were a part of
and
this
the
one.
Capricorn of me was like, okay.
Yeah, this one sold leggings.
LuLaRoe?
No, LuLaRoe. No,
LuLaRoe.
Similar.
LuLaRoe. Okay.
Similar.
Okay.
Actually,
does it start with a Z?
No.
Okay.
But this is just like maybe too much information. But the company I worked at was actually the person who started it was related to someone at LuLaRoe, so it was kind of like a shady situation. But it was like blowing up when I started there, and so I felt like it was so cool to be a marketing manager straight out of college.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was like getting salary, even though it was like less than $40,000 a year and whatever. I thought it was so cool. So I was excited. It was like my first big girl job, and I freaking hated it. Like, I was salaried. So like, and the boss was just like, the owner was unhinged, like straight up. She would call me at night. I would wake up to emails from her at like 7 a.m. Like, just kind of just like weird. Like, no boundaries.
Is this the job that you got fired and accidentally made a 8-figure empire?
It sure is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the boss was kind of toxic. It was like, I had almost been there for like a year, and it was like, I just wanted to like do my job, but the owner didn't know what she wanted the company to be. So I'd be like, let's sit down. Like, let's nail down like who's your girl? Like, what's
your audience here?
Yeah. Like, let's make like the brand blueprint. Like, and she would always be like, I don't know, like, let's talk about this later. Like, it was just insane. So after a year, I was like, the clothes are ugly. I'm like trying so hard, and like nothing's coming from it. It's exhausting at the same time because it's like whiplash all the time. And I just felt like I was like working for someone else's dream, you know? So anyways, I was like, and the people that had worked there, like, there was someone who like made wedding dresses on the side. There was someone who was a photographer on the side. Like, none of us signed like NDAs or like anything like that, or non-competes or anything. And so I was like, I think I'm going to like start a little like shop. Like, I want to sell like graphic tees because I like loved a graphic tee, and it will like give me something that I actually feel passionate about.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was like months of like me just having this stuff. And then I finally was like, I just need to do it. And so I did it. I like posted on my Instagram, my little passion projects live, like blah, blah, blah.
What was it called?
It's always been Dressed in Lala.
It's always been Dressed in Lala. What made you come up with the name?
Lala. So like growing up, my mom would always be like, stop living in La La Land. Like, it was like a diss, you know? And so it's kind of like a play on that. Like, I can live in La La Land if I want. And then my siblings, like my 2 younger siblings, couldn't say their X's when they were little. So they would call me Lala instead of Lexi.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was just, but yeah. And so I posted about it. I think I got like 4 orders that night, and I was just like, this is amazing. I'm so happy.
So cool.
I went to work the next day, and it was kind of weird vibes. And I texted my boss and was like, hey, like I think before I actually launched it, I texted her and was like, hey, I want to talk to you about something tomorrow. I just wanted to be like, I'm doing this for fun, but like, I'm loyal to you. Yeah. I care about this job. And like, when you first get a job out of college, it's like, you need to put in a few years so you can work your way up. So I was kind of like, I'm here, you know, until I
doing the dirt work,
get something better. Yeah. So she never responded. I went to work the next day, weird vibes. And then I went the next day, and they were like, Lex, can you come in the office? And I like went in and it was literally like a semicircle. Like the owner, her husband, a lawyer, marketing director, accountant, like all these people. And it was like terrifying, straight up. Like
super intimidating.
Like completely like questioning my character. Thought I was starting my business so that I could take all of their reps who like sold their product, which I don't even understand how that works. They thought I had been using their company credit card because I had like a card for marketing or whatever. They thought I had been using their company credit card to buy my own inventory. They thought I was buying my inventory under their business name. And I'm like, I did like everything I was supposed to. Like I have my own business license. I put this on my freaking credit card. Like I would never want to take your people / I hate what you're selling. It's so ugly.
Yeah.
So like, I was just like,
I've never buy this.
And I was sitting there trying to like defend myself, and it was like pound. Like I was just bawling. Like I couldn't defend myself. The fact that they like thought I had like bought it on their card like hurt me so bad, because I'm like, I've put in so much work. Like you have no reason to not trust me. I've like bent over backwards for you guys. And anyways, the worst thing that happened is they were like, I'm like sobbing. I can't even talk or breathe. And they're like, we need 3 things from you. Number 1, let's see if I can remember. They're like, number 1, you're going to post on your social media, because some of the reps had started to follow me.
Yeah.
Just because like, this is a weird thing too. Like the owner of the company, like she like made me, she would like take turns having like little pets. And like I was her little pet for a while. So like she'd be like, Lex, go live in the Facebook group and like tell them about this new shirt, like whatever. So like
people liked you.
Yeah, they just like started, so they're like, you're going to post on your own social media and tell everyone that you left the company by choice to start your own passion project. 2, you're going to you're going to block everyone connected to the company who followed you, or you're going to make your page private so they can't follow you. And then number 3, I can't even remember. Oh, they wanted me to send an email out to their whole community of like reps who sold for them, telling them I was leaving. And I was like, literally no. You can do that yourself. Like I don't work here anymore.
Like I'm done.
So I was like, am I done here? And they were like, yeah. And then I stood up. So someone put their hand on my back and literally walked me to my car. Like wouldn't let me say bye to anyone. It was so insane. It was like so traumatic. I'm not gonna lie.
That's because how old were you? Like 23?
No, I was like probably 24.
Okay.
Yeah, but still young and like naive and just thought the world was sweet, you know?
Yeah.
So
fresh out of college.
Yeah, it was really traumatic. And Matt was in school. And so we were just like, what are we going to do? Like we lived in this little townhome. Luckily we bought it and our mortgage was like $600. It was like
so
good
insane.
times. I know. It was like leaning over. Like it was like going to fall soon, but it was ours, you know?
Yeah. Do you still have it?
No, we sold it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I just was like, I remember we went to St. George for the weekend, and then I was like, okay, let's do this. Like, I'm not going to work for someone again. I'm not risking any of that again. So I was like, Matt, just give me 3 months. And if I can't make it work, then I'll get a job. And I think I said 3 months because we had just gotten a tax return for like $3,000 or something.
Like that'll hold us over.
Yeah. So anyways, and I had already bought the inventory on my $3,000 credit card. It was maxed. But yeah, I don't know. Like looking back, I'm like, what did I do? Like, I don't even know if I could do it again. I was in hustle mode. Like I was literally going live on Facebook. Like, and that's the thing about like owning your own business. You cannot have an ego.
No.
Like I was just like, if I think I like figured out the math. Like I had to make like $80 a day for it to end up equaling what I was making before. And so that was my goal every day. Posting on stories, posting on my personal Instagram, posting on Facebook. Just
like, I don't care if I bug you. Like,
yeah, I felt annoying and I felt dumb, but it was like,
you have to do it.
It was literally like do or die, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I don't even know, like eventually it started working.
When did it get to a point where it was like, I need to hire employees?
So the first year, like I remember I did like $120,000 in sales, and I was like shooketh. Like 6 figures,
that's crazy.
But then like once I did my taxes, I realized I like barely broke even because I didn't know what I was doing with margins and everything. But I think I hired my first employee like maybe like a little over 2 years in, and I was so scared.
So you were doing everything at your home?
Yeah, my little townhome. It was like 900 square feet. So, and then when I hired her, I think she worked like 2 hours. She worked like less than 10 hours a week. She would come and ship orders, and I was so paranoid. Like, that she was going to mess something up. Like, how can I trust anyone else?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been a hustle.
And then when did you finally get a warehouse?
So let me think.
Is the warehouse you're at now, was that your first warehouse?
No. Yeah, it's my second
and you're
one.
almost outgrowing that one.
I know. I can't think
It's
about
huge.
that. So stressful.
It's crazy.
I know. I think I got my first warehouse. Okay, so I started Lala in 2017. I got my first warehouse in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. And that felt so scary. And I remember like doing the math over and over again. Like, can I afford this? And like,
because yeah, you have to. It's like another mortgage.
Yeah, I think it was like $1,600 a month, which felt so scary.
No, that feels scary to me.
Yeah, now my mortgage is like 10 times that.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh.
I know. Yeah, it's just weird though, because it's like, I feel like something I learned at the other company is like, don't grow too fast, because when I got hired there, they were like in their heyday. Like there was like a wait list of people waiting to sell the product and like all this stuff. And then they just went like so deep, and then they had too much inventory. There was issues, and now they're bankrupt. They don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Karma. But
Karma's a bitch.
Karma's my boyfriend.
Karma is my boyfriend.
But so that was my thing. I was like, I don't want to like get too big for my britches or whatever. Like, so I just tried to like keep it tight, keep it right, stay in my lane. Yeah. And I think I probably could have like hired people sooner and like gotten a warehouse sooner and things like that. But I didn't. And like, I think that's great. Because I think that like it's easy to get sucked in, especially like here in Utah. It's like there's so many entrepreneurs and everyone's so cool and successful. And like even me, like the beginning conversation, I'm like, I have like more than 30 employees. Like don't worry about what other people are doing.
Yeah. Don't,
because at one point I had one employee and like that was scary.
Everyone starts at something.
Exactly. And like you don't want to go from like 0 to 100, because
then where?
For a lot of reasons. Like, yeah, like that's just like, it's just known that if you grow too fast a lot of the time, like statistically, like your business won't last, but also just you need to like learn. Like it's so important to like take the steps and learn as you go
and know your community.
Yeah. And build a community.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's like, sure, you can like maybe buy something off Alibaba and run ads and make some money, but then like what? Like no one cares what you're doing. Like it's not good long term. Anyways, so that's, if you're starting a business or whatever, I think it's just so important to like grow in a healthy way and like almost like wait until it's like literally like, okay, I need a warehouse.
I have to do it.
Yeah. Because now it's like, even now, like last year I hired my first salaried employee and it was so scary because I'm like, this is legit. Like,
what do they do?
It's Paula. You met her.
Oh, yes.
She's like she's the.
You called her your everything.
I know. I like never know what to call her, but she's like head of like production and design.
Okay, yeah.
She helps me. Like I design everything, but like she knows like actually how to measure things.
Yeah, how to bring it to life.
Yes, like all the sizing and all the tech packs and all the things. So, and then we actually just hired our second salaried employee this year. But like that's scary because it's like their family is fully depending on you. Like my other employees, it's like, but like they might have a husband or they might have whatever, or they're a college student. So that's scary. But every time I've like taken a risk, even since the beginning, now that I look back and I'm like, feels so small and insignificant, but like every time I've taken a risk, it's paid off. Because I'm telling you, there's like something about the law of attraction, whether you believe it or not, like energy is real, and like you like betting on yourself, but also like bringing on someone else to like share the abundance with them.
Yep.
I just think that like the universe, now I just sound like woo woo, but like
no. Me and Carly were literally just talking about this.
I just think that like as long as you can't sit on your couch and be like, yo, like I just hired 5 employees and like I'm watching Real Housewives. Like you obviously need to like hustle and like do everything you can on your end to like make it work. And but it's just, I think the universe will always reward you for like taking a risk and like doing what you feel called to do. Literally, you're like, I have chills. Well, like you're literally like a perfect example of this.
Oh my gosh.
Like 100%. I was thinking about that when I was driving here. Like how many times do we hear now on social media that like, the market's too saturated. The market's too saturated. And like, I'm so sick of people being like, of course she has a podcast. Like not you, just in general.
No,
Like everyone has a podcast these days, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why not? Like, honestly, me and my friend Kinsey, she's talked about this. Podcast is like the new Instagram.
It is.
Like, Gail, why don't you have podcasts? Like, that's dope.
Hop on the train.
Just kidding. Not everyone should do it or can do it. But like, it's just, you are such a good example of, it doesn't matter if the market's saturated. It doesn't matter if there's 5 million clothing companies. It doesn't matter anything.
Go for
what
it.
matters is it's you.
No, 1,000%.
That's the secret sauce.
Did you always know Dressed in Lala would be successful, like in your bones? Like, did you know you'd one day be driving a G-Wagon?
Oh, I've never like talked about that outwardly.
Oh, do you want me to cut that out? Because
fine.
it's my dream.
It's fine. They could talk about it.
When you pulled up at Dressed in Lala, I was like, you're carrying your son. You got the best back of I can't talk. The basket of dinosaurs for his toys coming out of this G-Wagon. I'm like, you are mom business.
You're so
boss
nice.
Bitch goals.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I have a G-Wagon. So that's like been like one of my craziest things. Like I never thought I'd have a G-Wagon. Like I always wanted one.
It's so you. It's blue. It's baby fun.
Blue. Her name's
so
Lucky.
Dressed in Lala.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love her too. But that is like, that's a whole different thing. But like, I don't know. Like I think I always, here's the difference too. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. But like when I started Lala, I started it strictly because I wanted something I cared about, like I was excited about, but also because like I loved clothes. Yeah. And like I wanted to sell clothes I couldn't find in other places, even like if it was just graphic tees. Like the first day I launched, I sold a shirt that said Hustler. It's so funny to think about now, but like in 2014 or whenever, 2017, oh my gosh, that was weird. Yeah. Like,
why do you have that?
Yeah. But it was just like me, you know? But so I think that me starting, like knowing that I was passionate about what I was doing and I I literally like loved the clothes is why I've been successful. I think if I started being like, I'm going to do this because I want to make like $5,000 a month or blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't think that lasts long term.
It would have been the same.
I think you get burnout. I think it shows. I don't think you'll be able to build a community. They can like fill that. And I think you're a good example of this. Like when you started your podcast, you were like, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to like be like a millionaire. Not no. like you did it because you wanted to. Yeah. Because it sounded fun. Yeah. Because
I was like, I want something out of motherhood. I want to just have a safe place to talk and have fun.
And look at you now, girl.
Never did I think. Yeah. Okay, that's not true. I obviously knew it could be good because my whole life, I told Carly, this sounds like a narcissist, I was meant to be a star. Like I always knew like I wanted to be more than just a mom. Mm-hmm. I wanted something in the spotlight, something cool, something fun and different. And like I never thought
of the party.
Yeah, I've always been like that. And I just never thought it was going to ever happen because I was like, when I was young,
and when you're little, who would have thought that would be, who even knew what a podcast would ever be?
When I was little, I thought I was going to be Hannah Montana. Like, I was like, I'm going to be on stage. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to be on stage. Thousands of people are going to listen to me sing and dance, and I'm going to be famous. You sing? I used to. God takes away talents that you don't use.
No, you shared on your story, and I was like,
completely lost any talent. But I thought I was going to be Hannah Montana. Like, Miley Cyrus was my spirit animal. I loved her.
Love that.
And then, like, obviously, that was never going to happen. Like, I auditioned for American Idol. Like, I sent in an audition tape. Like, I was like, I will be
You
famous.
have to share the audition tape.
No, it was so bad.
Start a Patreon. I'll pay $10 to watch it.
So bad. And then, obviously, like, that ship sailed. And I got married. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to be famous ever. Like, I'm never going to have that dream. And not that that's why I started this, but once I started, I was like, wait a second. It's kind of full circle. Like, I get to have a bit of
roundabout
that.
way. Yeah.
Because even when I was like 7 years old, I had a flip phone. Or maybe I was like 10. I had a flip phone. And I would make these things called Juicy Josie Show. I had a whole theme song.
Why didn't you name it Juicy Josie?
I should have, but like.
It can be your tagline.
It can be a tagline. And I would literally make this video of me like a talk show, like a literal talk show. Cute. And then I would send it to all my friends, and it was weekly. Literally once a week I would send them a Juicy Josie episode.
That's like so full circle.
So I always knew I was kind of meant to be in this space. I just didn't know how I would ever do it. And I never thought I could make it like a career. It would just be a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you like to do. You're passionate about it. I think those are like the two secrets, like being passionate about what you're doing and consistency. That's it. And like you hit right out of the gate, like you were doing both of those things. And I was with Lala too. Like I was a freak. Like I saw on your list you sent over, like you asked if like, I can't remember, you said like, has your business ever like affected your relationship?
Yeah, your marriage.
Like, me and Matt got in so many fights in the beginning because like I took it so serious. Like we would be at a movie and I'd be like, I have to go post about restocks. I'll be right back. Or like he'd be like, let's go like to dinner. And I'd be like, can you wait like 20? Like I was so annoying. And looking back now, I'm like, yeah, like that was so annoying. But I took it, I think I like treated it like a business from the beginning. And it's like, if I want
seriously.
Yeah. And if you want anyone else to take it seriously and treat it like a business, then you have to do it too.
Which, did you ever feel silly sometimes doing that? Because sometimes I feel silly. Yes. I'm like, you guys don't think this is like legit, but like it is for me.
Oh my gosh, literally, like seeing people from my hometown, even like some of them still, I think people are like starting to kind of catch on, but like up until like a couple years ago, people would be like, how's your little business? Like, I've been meaning to buy something. And I'd be like literally, please don't.
So when people ask me that, like, how's your podcast going? I'm like,
why is it always like little business?
Like, how's it? It's so cute. Little boutique. I love that you're doing that. That's so fun for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt had a job in the beginning. He was going to school and had a job, but he like, I remember multiple times people at his work being like, how's Lexi's like little thing going? And he would be like, even back then, this is the thing too, is like, we always thought I was like slaying. Like, 2 months in, I was like, I'm making $2,000 a month. Like, this is amazing. I remember like my family went to California for my 2 younger siblings, like spring break. And I went because I didn't have a job. Yeah. I was like, sure, I'll come. And like while we were sitting on the beach, my phone kept cha-chinging. Like if you have the Shopify app,
yeah, it's the best.
And I think I made like $200 while we were on the beach. And I was like telling my mom and dad, I'm like, I just made $200 while we were sitting on the beach. And they were like, that's so cool. Like, and I was just like, always like, I think that's it too. Like being so excited and like relishing in it. Like I have never not been excited one step of the way. And I think
that's amazing.
Every step is like exciting. And I've had friends that started businesses that have like come and gone. And it's like, even in the beginning, like I thought they were like doing so good. And it's like, well, but I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And it's just like, I don't know.
You kind of have to put your blinders on and not focus on anyone else. Cause even like now I'm starting to notice like, everyone's starting a podcast now. And I have to be like, okay, blinders on because
they're not Josie.
They're not me. And also I just can't compare myself because a lot of them are starting out as influencers with huge followings. And I'm like, I'm not even in the same lane as them. I can't even compare myself. Like it's not the same. Yeah. Just focus on you. That's all that matters.
But like it's almost been 8 years since I started Lala. And in the last 8 years, I cannot tell you how many people, influencers included, who have started a clothing shop and
failed.
Gone. It's gone now. Like
they quit.
So it's just, and there were times where I remember like a shop would pop up like by some girls in Utah and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like this might actually be cool. Like this might, like I would get like
take my business.
Yeah. Like I would get imposter syndrome or like feel like, like self-conscious, but like they don't even exist anymore. And it's just like, you can't, like I started unfollowing other shops and like people might think that's rude, but it was like nothing personal. It's like more about me than anything else. Cause like you need to keep your blinders on and like, protect if you're tempted to go look at their page or like whatever, just like make it so you can't. Like
it's so true.
You have to protect your energy.
You have to. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And I've never had to do that before until starting this. And I'm like, am I a jealous person? Like what is happening?
I think you just get like really like protective over something you've built. And it's like you start to also be like so scared that someone could take it away. But like no one can. You just gotta like stay consistent, keep doing it.
Preach.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
When you started making your Lala originals, when did you because now you basically only sell Lala originals. And that's completely different than a boutique, like going to what's it called? Magic and buying boutique stuff. Like you make your own shit. That's a big deal.
Yeah. It's like really big deal. It's crazy. I don't know. I started as a boutique just because it's a really good way to like get your foot in the door because you only have to buy like a pack of something, which is 6 pieces. It's like 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges, right? And like in the beginning, that was so helpful to be able to buy a pack and then sell it. And then you make enough money to be able to buy 2 packs. And then you buy 2 packs, you make enough to buy 4 packs or whatever. It's like a good, steady way to like grow a business and not get like too ahead of yourself. But then like obviously the downside of that is like there's no originality, kind of. Like I do think that like I found a way to make it very like make my own brand even while selling other
you
things.
Only picked fun, cool pieces.
And I think like you can infuse yourself and your style into it, obviously, but
you're so good at styling stuff.
Thanks.
Like even right now.
Really?
Yeah, like the necklace, the 3 necklace choices, the shoes, the folding of the hem of the pants. Like,
oh my gosh,
you got so the vibe.
Funny. Thank you. Yeah. So I think eventually I was just like, I know that I want to design my own stuff, but it's really scary and hard because first of all, it's like, where do you even start?
I don't know.
Second of all, most of the time, every time there's a minimum of some sort. And with most like manufacturers, it's like 400 pieces. And that's a lot to buy when you're used to buying 6 of something, except that's not true. Like by the time I was ready to start making my own things, I was probably buying like anywhere from like 10 to 20 packs of something. But like, it's scary. And it's like money up front, like usually half up front and then the other half at the end, and you have no idea if it's gonna sell. And it's like, obviously you don't want to be like, hey, I'm gonna like make this thing, like, do you like it? It's like, no, like you gotta surprise them and like tell them why they need it and like what's so anyways.
Don't let people tell you what they want, you tell them.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I learned.
Because they'll tell you what they want and then they
don't buy it. That's what happened to me just barely.
Same.
I want pink hoodies. So I bought the most of the pink hoodies. Guys, I have pink hoodies. So if you were one of those people, buy a pink hoodie.
Just don't have any more hoodies and then they'll start buying the pink ones.
No, really,
but this is a real thing. Because like in the beginning, I had a little Facebook group and I'd be like, hey, do you guys like this or this? And they'd be like, I love this. I love this.
Obsessed.
I'd be like, it's here. It came. And it's like crickets. So it's like so true. And it's just like, I'm the same way. Like I want to be like, I want to see something and be like shocked to the point of like, I need it immediately. Yep. But like, I didn't even know it existed like 2 seconds before.
The two things that I shocked people with, the crew neck and the Trash Queen shirt, sold out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, see?
And so now I'm ordering more of those and I still got the pink
That's okay. We'll send,
which I love the pink hoodies, guys. The pink hoodies are great. Go get a pink hoodie.
Yeah, you're just like with a free.
No, yeah. But so you start making your own stuff, you have to buy so much of it.
So I think I started making my like actual original designs at the very beginning of 2020. So that was weird altogether. But
weren't you pregnant?
Yeah. I think I had started them like before I was like fully pregnant, but then by the time they came, it was like I was freaking pregnant. Oh my gosh, 2020 in general was like so much stress for a pregnant woman. But you were pregnant too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can relate. But yeah, it was like, I think that was, I had been doing like random like graphic tees and stuff, like merch like you do, but that was like my first set and it was like the play suit.
Yep.
A couple of sets I did and like sold out day of. And I think the minimum was like 200 with the person I made them with. So it was really scary, but yeah, it was
off.
Cool. Yeah. So just, it's the same thing. It's like slowly but surely it was like, you know, I'd do something new, see how it sold, do it another color, bring something new. And I don't know. Yeah, it got to the point where like last year I was like, I want to be doing my own designs only.
Yeah.
Like I was just getting sick of like having the same things as other people and like, and it was getting really hard to find stuff I even liked on those like wholesale pages, you know?
For sure.
So I set a goal to do that. Honestly, our goal was to like fully transition to all Lala originals by the beginning of next year, 2024. And then in July, I just actually had a full like mentee bee, like more than a mentee bee, like a psycho bee. Like, I don't know. Like and I've had lots of these since starting Lala. Like, I feel like I would have like a mental breakdown and then I'd like cry myself to sleep and then I'd wake up the next day and be like, hustle,
it's fine.
Yeah, like I'm fine. But this was like different. It was like just crippling. Like, and I think it came from the point of like, because I've been taking everything so serious since 2017, like I think it was kind of like my body just gave, like it was so sick of being in fight or flight that it just like, I just was like, I literally can't. So, yeah, I was like, let's rip the Band-Aid off, because I was dropping, like, we do drops every Friday, and I was dropping like 15 to 20 pieces every Friday.
No, every Friday.
Shoot them on Monday, get them uploaded on our site, get all the information. Like, my whole team is like hustling all week, get the pictures back Thursday, upload them to the product, do the sneak peeks Thursday night, they go live Friday morning, shoot again Monday, like over and over again. Over and over, like hamster wheel for 7 years straight. And I just was like, and the pieces that weren't originals, like I wasn't passionate about. Yeah. And a lot of the time it felt like I was just like looking for shit to sell shit, because like I needed a few more pieces for that collection. So it was really scary, but I was like, this is just what we need to do. So we transitioned in July to only dropping Lala originals on Fridays, and it's like 4 or 5 pieces. And I was so scared, but it's been fine.
It's fine. This is Lala original.
Yeah, it is. So is this.
George.
But yeah, it's just like, and it's another thing is I think it's just like taking the risk and it's like paying off, you know? And it's so weird because like since that's happened, we've had so much like press. Like I've talked about this on my podcast, but like so many celebrities and their stylists reaching out. Like
that's insane.
My Lala is sold on Nordstrom. Yeah. So that we went live on Nordstrom in like March of this year, and they're reaching out, like wanting to buy stuff to like right now we're drop shipping. So if you place an order on their website, my team ships it, but they're wanting to like have it in their own wear. Like it's just all these things are happening. And I'm like, okay, like that was the right move. And I feel so much better. Like I can finally breathe. Yeah. It's so nice.
That's so nice. You need it.
Yeah. It's great. And it's so cool. It's like, that's what I'm passionate about. It's like, I want to make stuff that has never been made before. Like, I'm not here to like make basic shit that you like see anywhere else. And so
it's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be Lala.
Yeah, literally. It's just like, it's not for everyone. That's like my thing. I'm like, one of my words actually for the brand, like, you know how there's like the 3 words thing? One of my words is polarizing. And because it is like, you know, I get comments on ads. People are like, I love this. And people are like, this is the ugliest shiz I've ever seen, you know,
like back and forth.
Yeah. And it's like perfect. Like, and it's easy for me to sometimes be like, oh my gosh, that's rude. But then I'm like, no, that's perfect. I look at their profile. They look basic. I don't want you to like Lala.
I look at your profile. Okay, Karen, don't want you to buy my stuff anyways.
Thank gosh you don't like it. But that's like the point. It's like, it's not for everyone. That would be boring.
That'd be so boring.
So
it's supposed to be
fun.
Different and unique.
Yeah.
But starting the business has definitely affected mental health then at times.
Yes, but like 100%. Like the pressure is like, it's a lot of pressure a lot of the time. And I'm sure some of that like I put on myself unnecessarily, but it's been a lot. There's so many different things too. It's like employees, like I didn't sign up for this. Like I don't know how to do this. You know, like I love them. I'm so grateful for them, but like who put me in charge? Like sometimes I'm just like, what? But luckily I have people now, so I don't have to do all the stuff I used to have to do. But there were times where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I was not meant to be a boss. Like I just wanted to design clothes.
Yeah. What's that like, sound where it's like I boss girled a little too hard and now people are emailing me and literally me to get that's my life done. Yeah.
I don't respond to any emails. But so that, and then like money, like payroll, like
does your husband work now or does he just do Lala with you?
Oh yeah, he just does Lala. So when I had Oz in 2020, he quit his job, and because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna like have a baby and do this. Like you can't go back to work, and so he quit, and he's been at Lala ever since.
That's so badass. Nice. That you're like, quit your job, babe.
Yeah,
be a stay-at-home dad.
I like begged him,
like please.
But he works at the office too, a couple days a week. He does payroll.
The stuff that you're like, don't want to do that. Yeah, you should do that.
Yes. Like when he started, I'm like, you're doing payroll, you're doing like HR things, like you're doing all the boring crap.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's just been a lot of things, like mental health for sure is a real thing. Like even just like comparing, and like in the beginning, like that was a huge thing, like comparison and like feeling like people are copying you and like all of that. It's just such like a whole thing. Yeah. But I'm sure I would have had mental health struggles in any job. Like,
so true.
I'm sure it might be like a little magnified, but also at the same time, like I have so much more freedom than I would have ever had
anywhere else.
And I'm essentially my own boss. I am my own boss, and not essentially.
Yeah,
so
you are.
So yeah, it's good. After I had my son though in 2020, I had really bad postpartum depression. And so that mixed with like running a business was just like crying every day. Yeah. Not knowing why exactly. You know what I mean?
When did you feel like that finally got under control?
So after...
Because Ozzy's only 3, right?
Mm-hmm, he's 3. After about like 3 months, I ended up going to the doctor. Like they called to check up, and I was like, I can't even talk without crying. And so I went in and they did the whole thing. So I've been on meds since. I've like adjusted things obviously, but that was a wild thing, is like starting meds. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is normal to feel like this? Like I didn't realize how bad my anxiety was before. Like it was like crippling. Like, yeah. So that, thank gosh for.
So it worked for you. The medication works.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it takes forever to figure out what works.
Well, I will say that like I started it and I didn't feel anything. So I stopped it, and then I
feel worse.
And then my sister was like in PA school, and she's like, you need to take your meds like consistently.
You can't just stop.
Yeah. Like you need to give it time. So once I like started straight up, I feel like after a couple months, I was like,
you take Zoloft?
I take Lexapro, and I actually also take Wellbutrin.
I have Wellbutrin prescribed to me, but I took it one time and it made me feel so lightheaded.
I feel lightheaded all the time.
Oh,
but I just thought that was like life. Like when you stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told my mom, I was like, I took it for a week. My doctor was like, try taking this with your Zoloft.
Did you take it in the morning or the night?
I took it in the morning.
I take mine at night. That might help.
But I was like, I feel super lightheaded. And so I stopped taking it.
I think I do too. But I think it's worth it.
But I think my mental health is better. I think also I should probably be taking it at night when I take my Zoloft.
I think taking anything at night and like sleeping off the side effects is like
better. Yeah, because that's what I do with my Zoloft and my Zyrtec.
Zyrtec
allergy girly.
She'd be popping that Zyrtec.
Girly. I take a Zyrtec 365 days a year.
Oh my gosh, why? Like, what are your eyes watery?
My
or your
eyes,
stuffy?
my nose. Oh. I also have a deviated septum. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. So one of your nostrils
so
is
one of my
smashed.
nostrils literally I can't breathe out of. So if I get a stuffy nose, anything, I can't breathe.
Do you have insurance?
I do have insurance.
You could probably get that fixed.
The thought of going to get my nose fixed and like dealing with like the aftermath of recovery.
You have a cute nose.
With 3 kids. And like, what if it fucks up my nose? Like, I like my nose.
You gotta go somewhere good. I got mine done last year. I had a deviated septum.
Yeah.
It's wild being able to take a deep breath.
Like, listen.
That used to be me. One of my like sucking.
If I get a stuffy nose, I literally have to lift up my nostril to breathe.
You should like maybe go to the doctor.
No, I totally should.
But your nose is really cute.
Should. And like,
but they wouldn't to change it. Yeah, cosmetically.
Maybe they could like do a little something. I don't know. I don't need a nose job, but like, if you're in there, you might as well.
I'm not gonna lie though, your nose is like the cutest thing ever. I never looked at it.
I do like my nose. It's a cute nose. It's the one thing where I'm like, oh, I actually like don't want to change this, but. Yeah, deviated septum. How did I even start talking about that?
Zyrtec.
Yeah. Zyrtec. Yeah, that's my drug of choice is Zyrtec.
I love that for you.
Zoloft and Zyrtec. Those are my things. But Wellbutrin, I should try that again.
Maybe try it. The reason I started taking it is because the Lexapro is like kind of like a downer for me. Like I'm tired, no sex drive, like all those things. And so the doctor prescribed the Wellbutrin. It like a lot of times people take them together to like
They say it's the happy skinny drug.
I can't relate to the skinny thing. I feel like it makes me like have an appetite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I've heard that like people say it like makes your appetite go.
It like makes it so you aren't as hungry all the time and it makes you really happy and lightheaded.
Yeah, it's worth it. I do feel like it. Like that was one when I started taking it. I was like, okay, hello, like I can feel this.
This works. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying then. So you started your podcast, La La Land, and that's kind of like a new venture for you. What made you want to start that? Yeah, because you have so much on your plate.
I know. Yeah. Well, yes. I've been wanting to do a podcast for years. I like love pop culture. Like those are the two things I've always loved is like pop culture and fashion. And those are the two things I always felt so dumb about. Like I feel like I always got made fun of. I didn't have a talent. I didn't have a hobby. Like, what do you like to do for fun? It's like
watch Kardashians.
Watch the Kardashians and go to Target.
Like watch E-News.
Go to TJ Maxx with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just funny now that it's like, oh, like you can actually turn things you love into your job. Literally. Except for the podcast. I don't make money. But it is fun. It's like, it's like it's a little labor of love and but it's fun. And it makes like I think the reason why I really wanted to start it is because with Lala, like obviously it's like my passion and I love it so much, but like it's my job. Like and like with that comes a lot of things. And I just wanted something where it wasn't like I'm doing this to get paid. It was just like just for fun. So that's kind of why I did it. And this year I think I've had more support than I've had like employee wise at Lala. So I was like, okay, like let's do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been really fun. Like it's been interesting because I do feel like with Lala, like people knew who I was, but like I was very much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which is like what I wanted. Like I always wanted the clothes to be like up front, but me like with the podcast, obviously it's like me. So that's been weird. And like,
cause that's how I got to follow you on Instagram is you went public.
So how long ago did you request? Before the podcast?
Before the podcast. Oh my
gosh, I'm so sorry.
Or no, I think actually you accepted it before then because you were posting like something exciting's happening. Okay. And I remember I DM'd my friend, I sent it and I'm like, oh, she's fucking starting a podcast and it's gonna be way better than mine. And I got all jealous and I did that whole thing where it's like, I hate myself, I suck, I should quit because she's so amazing.
And then I started and you're like, okay, I'm good.
No, you started and I became a La La Lander lover, La La Land
Isn't
lover.
Isn't that like cool though? It's like we both talk about pop culture, but like they're so different.
They're so different.
There really is enough,
and it
for
just
everyone.
shows. There really is.
Yeah.
And I'm such a believer in karma. Like we said, karma's our boyfriend. And if you give people love and support, you're gonna get it back. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm not gonna be jealous. I'm gonna put my jealousy aside because I literally am obsessed with her, and I just want to be her friend.
I'm sorry you felt that way, but like now we're friends.
We're friends.
Podcasting brought us together.
You posted with Lauren from Dear Media. And I literally was like, she hasn't even fucking started her podcast yet, and she's gonna get signed to Dear Media.
I wish. Are you kidding me?
And that is like what was going through my head. I was
that was so
scared.
random. We met them, Lauren and Michael.
So crazy.
And I told Michael was like so funny, by the way.
Was
like
he?
I loved talking to him. But I was like, I'm starting a podcast in like 2 weeks and I want to get signed to Dear Media. And he's like, do it.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, okay, so now what?
Vision board.
Lauren was like, you need to have at least like 50 episodes, like whatever. I'm sure they were just being nice, but like that kind of gave me motivation. But I was never signed and I probably will not be.
No, you will.
But it's fun. Sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this?
You're so good at it.
It's fun though. I do like it. And like when I like put everything else, usually the times where I'm like, why am I doing this? It's because I have so much going on. And it's like, I need to sit down and do it because they go live every Wednesday. But other than that, I'm always like having fun doing it. So
I love listening to them.
Thanks.
So I'm glad that you started.
Thanks.
I'm not jealous. I'm just happy now.
I'm so glad
because I'm like, I love it.
There's nothing to be jealous of. But
there is. You're literally perfect. Okay.
You're so nice.
No, I was like Carly. I'm like, I have a girl crush on her.
I'm like literally like sweating tacos right now. So
I'm always.
Don't
I
smell
usually
my
keep this
armpits.
room freezing cold because I'm always sweating. So I'm surprised you're even sweating because
Just
it's
wearing
like
a cardigan and this
40
blanket,
degrees
so
in here.
I'm like, if I'm comfy, like I won't take a blanket off, even if I'm like I go to
Same.
bed with a heating pad and I'll be like sweating, like drips down my back, and I just like.
What temperature do you keep your house at?
Not hot. I'm not like that.
I'm a 69er.
Yeah,
That's
something
me.
like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, the podcast has been fun because I can talk about pop culture and stuff, but it's also been fun to talk about like just whatever.
Yeah.
And I do think it's also a fun way to like further the like message of Lala of like, and help me step into that. Like help me like practice what I preach of like do what you want. And it's been really healing for me, which sounds so freaking cheesy, but like I think, and I'm sure like so many people can relate, but like I have kind of been like in the in-between of like, am I Mormon? Am I not for like so long? And like finally after Ozzy was born, I was like, no, like I'm not like, but it's so scary. And like the just like letting people down and like their opinions and like all things like that. It's like so haunting. Like I just remember being like, I don't know if I can go to this family thing because what if they ask me if I'm Mormon and I don't know what to say?
Yeah.
Like just stupid crap like that. So that is one thing. Last year I went to therapy all year. When my parents' divorce started, I went to therapy for a year straight, and it helped me with way more actually than my parents' divorce at all. Good. It helped me like start to be like, I don't have to like, I don't owe anybody answers. Like this is my life, you know? So anyways, the podcast has been great for that because I feel like I just like put it out there. You don't know who's listening.
You don't know.
As far as I know, all my aunts are listening and they have a group text about me, and that's none of my business.
Do they really?
No, but like that's what I was always worried about, you know?
What you thought.
Like letting down my like aunts who I love so much, who are so Mormon or whatever. And I also think it's just been.
But it's not like you're bashing the Mormons on your podcast.
No, but
you're
like,
just sharing your experience.
Yeah, of course I'm not. Like I still like I love everybody who's still Mormon. Yeah. Like it's just like letting people down. And I think it's like an oldest daughter thing. Like my whole life my mom was like, you're the peacemaker, like you're the example. And like I just had to like rip that off. And like I am not in charge of anyone else's, like if they're sad or disappointed or whatever, like that's too bad because I'm literally the exact same person. So it's just been a way for me to like say things and then like
and separate yourself
freely.
From that.
Yeah. And just be and say like what I've been wanting to for a long time.
I love it because nothing's off topic.
That's so true.
La La Land.
The only rule is being yourself.
Love it. Love it. I literally was listening to you before you came. So everybody needs to go listen if you don't already.
Thank you. That's so nice. You need to come on Lala. On Lala
Have
Land.
me on. I want to go in your closet.
You just have to come to my house. We'd like sit by each other on the floor.
It. Okay. I'll just stare at all your clothes and everything.
I record in my cloffice.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I used to record at Lala HQ and it felt so serious.
Too like professional.
Yeah. So now I just do it in my closet.
Well, thanks for letting us dumpster deep dive. Yeah. Yes. Now we get to take out trash. Personal Trash is sponsored by Simply Fit. Say hello to the future of fitness with Simply Fit AI. Simply Fit is not just another fitness app. It is your AI fitness mentor that truly understands you. With one personalized workout at a time, Simply Fit doesn't just throw exercises at you. It waits to build your new workout until you've crushed the current one. It's like having a personal trainer in your pocket, evolving and growing with you as you progress. Simply Fit considers various aspects of who you are through an in-depth onboarding before giving you your first workout. With your feedback each day, it makes sure every workout is tailored perfectly for you and to you, ensuring you get the results you've always dreamed of. Maybe you're traveling or working out from home instead of the gym. Just tell your AI and it will adjust the workout accordingly. Simply Fit AI is now officially in the App Store, and they have given Trashers a exclusive discount. Use code TRASH25 for 25% off your first year of Simply Fit AI. You can get started right now and take the first steps towards a healthier, happier you. Okay. Which is anything from this week, personal trash, anything you want to share with the class?
Just anything that I'm like loving or doing.
I can go first if you need to think.
Sure, go first.
I got my license plate for my car.
What does it say?
It says balls.
Why?
I didn't pick that.
It came naturally?
It literally looks like it says balls.
What is it?
I don't want to tell you the exact thing because if somebody will look it up, but I will show you after.
I'm dying.
Just use your imagination. Says balls. At first I was like,
that's goals.
Well, at first I was like, does that say gals? Like I was like, oh, it kind of looks like gals. And then my nanny took my car and she was like, I love that your license plate says balls.
People are going to think you chose that on purpose. You need to get one of those like ball sacks that hangs from your license.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. No, my husband was like, I wasn't going to say anything, but like it looks like a vanity license plate that like you made it say balls.
That is hilarious.
So my license plate says balls.
I love that so much.
So if you see me driving on the street,
flexing
you'll know
in your new car with balls.
Another thing that happened, I had sex and the condom broke.
What?
And if I am pregnant, Lex,
I was not
gonna die.
That. Sorry, I'm like looking at my personal trash.
No, you're good. I'm gonna die. I cannot be pregnant.
Wait, you're not on birth control? How far?
I have
how
never been on birth control.
You haven't?
Never. I got the one in my arm when we got engaged.
You should never do that one.
And I gained 50 pounds, never lost it.
I like know people who are doctors, and they say that the only birth control that will make you gain weight is the arm one. The other ones just increase your appetite.
No, when I tell you, I almost didn't fit into my wedding dress, and I haven't lost it since. Like
even regardless of the weight, the fact that you have like a bulge just chilling in your arm is so
it was weird.
Dark.
I had it in for 6 months and I immediately took it out because I was like, in 6 months I gained 50
So
pounds.
after that you were like, no more.
I was like, I don't want anything in my body that's not natural except for Botox. So like, let's just.
Have you seen those TikToks? It's like me cleaning to all, or me changing to all natural cleaning products.
Yeah,
and
all organic. But shoot me up with those Ozempic and Botox.
Going to get filler and Botox.
Yeah. But so I'm not on anything, and the plan is for Caleb to get a snippy.
Why hasn't he yet?
Because it's like so permanent, even though you can get it reversed.
So you're the one who doesn't want him to do it yet? Or he?
Yeah, he also is like kind of like, I don't know.
If you guys don't know, then maybe you shouldn't.
Like we know. Like we know we're done.
Are you sure? If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. That's my saying.
It's 99%.
Bro, it has to be 100.
The only thing that makes me think maybe one more is like if it was in 5 years. But like 5 years is such a long time to be doing pull and pray and condoms. And
5
so
years?
I'm like,
maybe like 3 years.
I don't know. I just hate being
Why
pregnant.
don't you get an IUD?
I just don't want anything.
I know.
I don't want to do anything.
IUD's been like,
why can't men be on birth control?
Bro, I know. Did you know that back in the day they like tested it on men first?
And they were too big of pussies?
Yeah. It was too
it was too hard for them.
It made them feel
something. They were hormonal.
You know, it's like, oh, like they feel kind of sad.
Like they have
welcome
a hard
to our
day.
life.
They have anxiety.
I know.
They're bloated. They have cramps.
When you think that they tested
hungry?
it on men first, was it a pill? Did they put something in their like penis?
Honestly, like I wonder what happened if I just like crush up mine and like put it in his drink. Like, will it work?
I don't feel like it would. I feel like he would just start growing boobs or something.
Hey, you know, it's fine.
It's Mean Girls. Wait, is that Mean Girls where his nipples
John Tucker Must Die.
Yes.
Best movie ever.
His nipples. He's like,
oh, they're tender. And then everyone starts like being sensitive because they see it's like a cute
I thought
thing
he
to do.
was so hot.
Same. Oh my gosh, that movie when he climbs the wall in the thong to get to her. I'm like, oh my gosh. I think I was 15 and I was like, they're gonna have sex. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But I
saw something about him the other day. Someone tried to cancel him or something.
Actually, I did hear about something about him. It was like a year ago though when I heard something.
Someone was trying to cancel him, but it was like stupid.
Everyone's trying to get canceled nowadays. Cancel culture is really scary. But yeah, I don't want to get pregnant. So
yeah, I'm worried about you.
But my condom broke and I was like,
and you know that like you're
so fertile.
Mm-hmm.
Because Banks is 4 months old. Yesterday he turned 4 months old.
Aww. But you said he's so easy and sweet.
He's so easy, which means the next one will be Satan.
Bro, don't manifest
that always happens. But I can't. I don't want to be pregnant again. I don't want to have another baby. I do feel complete.
You use condoms?
Well, okay. TMI, which like never TMI because it's weekly trash, but I don't put the condom on. He doesn't put the condom on until we're like about to finish.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes more sense because I feel like it's just like pointless with a condom.
Yeah,
like
I literally hate condoms. I
know.
So like we like are in the zone, which kind of makes it kind of like better because you're like, don't finish.
It's giving it's before you got married at the temple.
Yes, it's giving like we have to get married at the temple. Do what I do. Put on condoms at the very end. It gives a little thrill.
Oh, Matt wants to have a baby, so he would be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, are you trying? Do you want to have more babies?
No, I have an IUD. Yeah, like I want to have one more.
One more? Two's good.
I just have PTSD, quite frankly.
From the pregnancy or the labor?
Everything. I had hyperemesis gravidarum.
Where you throw up all the time.
Yeah. So I was like so extremely sick. And then, postpartum and just like not sleeping. Like that was like such a dark time in my life.
No, that's the thing. I'm like, I just don't.
How are you like acting normal?
This podcast has forced me. Right now I get like 6 hours, but not a full 6 hours. It's like 3 hours. Do you have a snoo? No, I have a ghetto snoo. It's called a Halo, and I just push it myself.
That's not a snoo, but like
you're
so brave and
my
strong.
Own little snoo. I make it a snoo. I have a TikTok
the
where
snoo
it's like
is sketchy because you don't know if it will work.
Yeah, and it's $1 million. I made a TikTok where it was like when I'm too cheap to buy a snoo, so I make my own, and it's just me like rocking the Halo because I can't afford a snoo. But
there has to be an easier way.
He's chill. He really is a good
That's
baby.
So
like
nice.
it could be way, way worse.
That's how Ozzy was too. And so I'm like, what you said, I'm like worried the next one's gonna be like,
yeah.
But even with him being like so sweet and easy, it was really just hard.
It's just hard in general. Yeah. Like this keeps my mind off of it. I tell people that really I'm good. Like, just like, oh, I'm just going to push through it. And I'm hoping it doesn't backfire and I end up having like a psychotic break. But like so far so good.
Yeah,
so
if you do, just call me.
Yeah. So take me to the hospital. I'm crazy. I might.
Yeah.
I might.
I have some ideas.
Okay. What's your personal trash?
Okay. So I just like have been listening to this podcast and I've been listening to it nonstop. Like every free second I've gotten for the last 3 days. I'm almost done with it. It's called Believable, the Coco Birthman story. Have you heard about it?
No. Is it like one of those like murder podcasts?
It's not murder. It's so crazy. So it's actually a Dear Media. It's like, I want to say it's like probably one of their first like true crime.
Okay.
things.
So it is a true crime type of thing.
Yeah. But it's like based here in Utah. So it's about this girl named Coco Birthman who was like internet famous. And I don't like remember
this. But when was this?
In 2022, she was arrested.
What?
So I don't want to like give it all away, but like they kind of say it, but she was internet famous. She like got so big. She had like a TED talk. She like was working with like the dude who did like Underground Railroad. Like
I've never heard of this.
I know.
Tim Ballard?
He was a part of the story. But
Tim Ballard's also a little sketch.
Literally, bro. So she like made up this whole thing about how she's from Germany. Her mom sex trafficked her to men. She ran away, like the craziest story. Had to watch her sister get murdered.
But it wasn't real.
None of it's real. On top of that, she moved here and like, it's just crazy. You guys should listen. It's a wild story. It's like the kind where I'm like, I need to finish this.
What's it called again?
She also like said she had cancer and started a GoFundMe. It's called Believable, the Coco Birthman story.
Is she in jail?
I'm not done yet.
Oh my god.
I'm like on the last episode.
Wait, they need to make like a documentary, like a Hulu. Like I want to visually see this.
I bet they will. It's a crazy story.
That's crazy.
It's a crazy thing to lie about because it's like there's actually people that happens to.
Yeah, like you're taking away from that.
And she's supposedly like really pretty and like well spoken and like so many people fed into her.
This is actually clicking now.
Really?
I totally know who this is.
She was Mormon for a sec, blonde.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if she's still Mormon, but she was Mormon. She like had so many people wrapped around her finger. Like she was living with some millionaire who was like a real estate guy, a big real estate guy named Paul.
Oh my gosh. I totally know who this girl is.
You should listen. I've been like trying to look up her Instagram. It's gone.
I'm pretty sure I shared her story like when it was going viral, being like, she's so brave.
When she had cancer or when she was sharing
her sex trafficking story.
Yeah, her story was crazy because it wasn't real.
I remember being like, oh my gosh, like it made me sick to my stomach.
She made up the fact that she had an older sister that was murdered. She said that like it's the you're gonna throw up.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you didn't know it was fake?
No.
Oh my god.
You're telling me right now.
You need to listen to the podcast then because I wish I like remembered this. I wish I like I'm
going to.
I've been listening to that when I am free and then whenever I'm in the car. and I'm going to Park City this weekend with my like design team.
Ooh, are you guys gonna like stay? Where are you guys staying?
Yeah, I just like rented an Airbnb.
Cute.
But we're just going for a couple days to plan 2024, which is crazy. So that's exciting, but also like it's like a lot, you know?
Kind of daunting, like, oh gosh.
Yeah, like it's fun, and then it's like all day.
You have to get work done. Are you gonna have like a fun dinner while you're there?
I don't know. Supposedly it's like wine weekend in Park City. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay.
So,
do you like wine?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
Why? No. It tastes like butthole.
Yeah. I kind of like
champagne. I like champagne.
Yeah. Mimosas?
Love mimosas.
Yeah.
Except I don't drink. Like I act like I drink.
I don't like to drink.
I really
either.
don't drink.
It makes me so bloated. Like I wake up feeling like SpongeBob. Like it's I tired too.
Tired. Like I don't get like the fun crazy. No. I get the all right, let's go to bed.
Yeah. Like, my like drug of choice is like a little bit of an Eddie.
Okay.
So when I'm like feeling wild.
Okay. Yeah. My husband,
I want you to try it again.
I really just like think I had a bad one. It had to have been a bad one because my husband's like,
or you didn't take enough.
I think I took too much.
You might have taken too much. Did you feel like you were on another planet?
I felt like I was car sick. That was the motion I was feeling.
I think
like,
you need more.
Like, everything felt heavy. Like I would try to pick things up and it would feel
You
heavy.
might have taken the body high kind, like sativa.
Okay.
Not that I'm like a weed expert.
I'm like, I don't know anything about weed.
No, you took indica. So there's two kinds. There's like indica and there's sativa.
Indica
is like couch. That's what they call it. That's how you remember. And it's like body high, like like you were melting.
Okay.
The other kind is like hyphy. So
okay, well I want that one.
Yeah,
I want that one.
Anyways, my new thing that I'm like onto is those early bird.
Yes, you
CBD
were telling
gummies.
me about them.
I'm obsessed with them. Okay, they're completely legal. They're CBD gummies.
But
you buy them online. In them. They have a tiny bit of THC,
HTC, TLC.
They have it. So it's like 12 milligrams of CBD, which is a lot, and then 2.5 of THC. So it's like completely like legal, not like a bad, but I don't know what it is about these things, but they like chill you out and like make you.
Can you get them on Amazon?
Happy. No, you just get it on their website.
Are you get them to sponsor your podcast?
I know, I need to because I just ordered more yesterday.
Get us a code.
Okay, I'll try.
Lala, get us a code.
You guys get them. I'm looking straight at the camera. I'm talking to you.
which camera are we looking at?
Just got so serious. No, they're like the best. Like it's like I saw them. Their recommendation from Courtney Grow. Do you follow her?
No, is she the one whose sisters have popologists?
Yes.
Yeah,
she's like probably the coolest, I think, fashion influencer in Utah. She actually has cool style. But she's the one who posted about them, and she was like, "These are like so good. Like you take one at night, and everything your kids do is like kind of like a little bit funnier."
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
They're good. Like you don't even need to like,
and it's a gummy.
Dabble with the illegal stuff. Yeah. It's a gummy.
I'm gonna take one.
It has a gross aftertaste. I will warn you.
Okay, well, just like,
but it goes away fast.
I'll just put my nasty mitts.
That has a bad aftertaste too. But yeah, I'm super into those. What else? I do watch Real Housewives.
I haven't. Did you watch last night?
No, I need to watch it.
I didn't watch it yet either.
But they dropped the
Beverly Hills trailer.
Yes, and that's crazy. Kyle and Mauricio.
Okay, it kind of seemed like it's staged.
I don't
think it's staged.
I think what happened is like they have been trying to keep it a secret until the season.
Like it looks like it came out at a very convenient time for them publicity wise.
I don't know because it was like what, a couple months ago now or a month and a half.
Yeah.
I feel like they were like, oh shiz, like we weren't ready for this because they were like, no, like it's
not it.
But then on the trailer it looks crazy.
Do you think she is dating Morgan? Is that her name?
Morgan Wade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like do.
I don't know how she couldn't be.
They're kind of like,
I don't know,
hot together.
I mean, like, I don't have any lesbian friends, so I don't know. But like
Kyle wasn't lesbian.
But like,
as far as we knew.
Yeah, like a really hot straight person and a really hot lesbian person go on vacation together, holding hands. And 1 + 1 is 2.
They got each other's initials tattooed on their bodies. Yes, they got tattooed.
Like 1 + 1 is 2.
She said something about there like being like such a deep connection, and so I'm like, they're either like long lost sisters.
That's the thing. It's either a sisterhood bond or sexual tension.
Something. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it's crazy.
It is
so
crazy.
Sad. I was telling Matt, like Mauricio and Kyle are like mom and dad.
Except there were always rumors about Mauricio.
I know, but I didn't believe them. They were so.
I mean, everyone in Hollywood is a piece of shit, so I believed them. But I still.
But their family.
I was still delusional.
Yeah.
His show, what's it called?
I haven't watched it.
With the real estate.
I watched the first episode and I was bored.
His one daughter, because Kyle's daughter,
I mean,
does it.
Faye.
Faye, love her, And she's really good at it.
And
very professional.
Mauricio is not actually
exactly
her dad.
Yeah. But then his actual daughter,
Sophia.
Yeah. She not the youngest one.
No. Alexia. And then there's Portia.
Yeah. She should not be a real estate agent. She's horrible.
Alexia or Portia? Isn't Portia like 11?
No, yeah, it's not Portia. Portia just turned 16. She had her bar mitzvah. What's it?
Bar mitzvah?
Bar mitzvah. I can't even say the word. Bar mitzvah? Yeah. She just had her bar mitzvah. And that's when
crazy.
You're 16, right?
Yeah. See, that's what's like they've been on since the beginning when she was like a baby when it started. Anyway, so I'm so excited. It's like the end of October it airs.
I'm excited to see the Erica Jane. Yeah. Like, who is she now? Like, what's her life now?
Ozempic. Like, she is so
tiny. And did you see that she was selling tickets for her show for like $1 in Vegas? Because nobody was going.
I want to go.
Let's go. I think you would be so fun to go to Vegas with. Do you gamble?
No, but I'll try.
Let's go. Let's play roulette.
Only if you take an edible.
I will take an edible. We'll have some good drinks. We'll get cute. We'll get a bag. Because you like to buy bags.
You do too, right?
Yeah, except I'm not at your level. Like, I'm working my way up.
You'll be there.
It's fine. Like, if I buy a Chanel, like, I will pass out on the floor.
Chanel's expensive. It's a hard one.
That's a whole other thing. Would you ever buy a Hermes?
Birkin?
I
just like can't picture
it's pronounced Hermes.
Hermes. I didn't want to make you feel dumb.
I wish you would have. Like, why did you
Hermes?
Well, because I knew it wasn't Hermes.
Herpes?
It's wait,
Hermes.
how do Hermes?
The H is like
okay.
silent.
They're a Birkin myself.
Oh, girl, no, just don't worry. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Hermes.
Yeah, I don't know. So like, supposedly, if you have like someone like a sales,
you have to have an in.
The thing about Hermes is stupid. Like, you have to have an in. You have to have a sales associate, and I have never bought anything there. You have to have a sales associate, and like you can never ask for a bag. They have to offer it to you. And so
like, even if you go into the store,
you can't just go into a store like that. Like, you
can't just knock and be like, let me in.
You can go in and you could be like, I have never bought anything, and they'll be like, you can buy a keychain or a scarf. Like, you have to like work your way up. It's so stupid. So like,
kind of genius marketing though.
It's like
exclusivity,
super exclusive club. Yeah. So like, I think when they offer you a Birkin, it's like $10,000.
Okay.
But by the time you bought all the stupid crap to get high enough up to get the Birkin, you've already spent probably like $20,000 for real on stupid crap you didn't want.
Gotcha.
But then you can buy one on like the real for like $30,000.
Because remember, they hosted like a Birkin thing at the housewives' house,
and Garcelle was like
bought her first one.
Yeah. So I don't think so. I don't think I could ever do that. That feels so insane.
Yeah, no, I like Louis Vuitton for me. I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, $6,000 for a bag.
Louis gotten more expensive too.
So much expensive. Yeah. So much expensive.
What
am I even saying? Hermes, Hermes. What did I call it?
Hermes.
Did I call it Hermes?
Hermes?
Fuck me. Like, what am I even saying? I didn't grow up with money. I don't know anything.
Didn't either, bro.
Yeah, but like, you're so in that fashion world.
That's the thing. I remember like seeing Hilary Duff holding the Louis Vuitton that was white with the rainbow.
Jessica Simpson too. That's
and
where
being like, what is that? And then like reading in like a magazine like Hilary Duff with her Louis Vuitton. And I remember like being like 10 and being like, I'm gonna get one of those.
Yeah, no.
It's always been like, that's to me, that's like full circle moment vibes, is being
for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Like Louis Vuitton, my mom always wanted a Louis Vuitton. She actually bought one in Hawaii because there's no tax there.
And there's like a island price.
Yes. She like saved up all her money, got one, and then someone broke into our car and took it.
Oh my gosh, you should have a secret goal to get
I know
her
my
one.
secret goal is I bought her a fake one.
That's
but
nice.
Like I need to get her a real one. And I feel bad because like I have real ones and I'm like, here mom, I got you a fake one, and I had like the box and everything because DHgate like really hooks it up.
On DHgate.
Really hooks it up. It looked really
that
real.
Looks real.
And I couldn't let her think it was real, but like she thought it was because like I have real ones, and I was like, mom, like I love you, but like I'm not gonna spend like that much money on you right now. Has she been using it? Oh yeah, it looks legit. It's never full. It's a never full one. Looks very real.
I think it's really sweet of you.
But that's my goal, is to be able to buy her a real one, because that's always been something that like.
That's so
Louis
sad
Vuitton has always been a thing, but Chanel, Birkins, that was never even like close to like in the thoughts of one day ever. So that would be crazy.
I was always obsessed with Gucci when I was like broke, because they were so fun. Like back
the belts.
just remember like there was like butterflies and like all these crazy things and like cats and tigers.
The bumblebee.
Yeah, and now it's like kind of boring, but
yeah, your shoes are amazing though. Those are Gucci, right?
Yeah, I do love these.
Yeah, you have all the cute stuff.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed.
I'm a shopaholic. Those are like my only hobbies.
But that's like what you do for a living,
and business.
So
yeah,
it's good.
Fine. It's a write-off
for you. Any other personal trash before we get trash topic can?
I don't think so.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
You gonna pick a little topic? Trash topic can is sponsored by Dreamland Baby. None of my babies have been the best sleepers. With my first baby, Bentley, I literally tried everything, and my best friend recommended a Dreamland Baby's weighted sleep sack. So out of pure desperation, I ordered it. And I can honestly say out of all the sleep sack swaddles I have tried, Dreamland Baby helped my baby the most and gave me the most sleep. So I was so excited when they gave me a code because I have been using that same weighted sleep sack for all three of my babies. So it has been through the ringer between spit up, blowouts, multiple wash cycles. It is still kicking and I still use it. So I'm so excited to add another one to the rotation. I ordered their dream weighted transition swaddle since Banks is about ready to be out of a swaddle. I'm super excited because back when I ordered my first Dreamland weighted swaddle back in 2019, the transition swaddle wasn't even a thing. So I cannot wait to try it. Their gentle, evenly distributed weight in their sleep sacks and blankets naturally reduce stress and improve relaxation through deep touch stimulation. As a result, your little one will fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, which means us mamas and daddies can stay asleep longer. So if you're like me and desperate for a good night's sleep, go to dreamlandbabyco.com, DREAMLANDBABYCO.com, and use code weeklytrash for an exclusive 15% off your order. This could lead us a million directions.
Have you put new ones in here?
Uh-huh. It's full now.
Okay. Coolest thing about yourself?
Oh, that's so
Let's get
lame.
another one.
But like, I do want to know what the coolest thing about you is.
I don't know. That's boring.
Well, let's throw it away, stupid.
Where do you get these questions anyways?
I literally just Google, like, what do you ask somebody on a first date?
Oh, that's cute.
And then
you need to type in like
come up with some
spicy.
Not
spicy.
Some of them are
juicy.
Though. I just go back and forth. Some are crazy, some aren't.
Top 3 favorite people to follow on Instagram.
Oh, okay. You said Courtney Grow. Is she one of your top 3?
I don't know. I do like following her. I honestly would say like this isn't a whatever, but my best friend is so fun to follow on Instagram.
Kenzie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kinsey Madsen. It's KinzieMadsen. But she's a business coach, but she's just such a breath of fresh air, right?
Which we all need.
Yeah. We were talking about her last time we saw her, but she's just like, she's been someone who like ever since I met, we've been friends for probably like 12 or 13 years, but ever since I met her.
She's from St. George too. Mm-hmm. You guys went to high school together, right?
Yes, but we didn't.
But she's older.
No, I'm older, but
oh yeah,
we weren't friends in high school.
Okay.
We met after, but she's just always been so much herself that like like I remember being like, we got ready one night, like we were like hanging out and she was like, I look so cute. And I was like she's waiting for her to laugh.
Yeah.
Like I thought because I was so not used to hanging around anyone who was like confident. Or like, I look so good in this dress. Yeah. And it's just, anyways, she's just,
love that.
And she's hilarious. So I would say her. Who else? Oh my gosh, this is like hard.
I know. I had to pull out my phone because
you have yours.
Oh no. Like freak. I put the questions in, so I should have known my answers, but I don't.
Oh, do you follow Cafe Binge?
No, but everyone talks about her. I need to look her up.
She's my friend Amy. She's really fun to follow. She's just like so aesthetic. Everything about everything she posts is aesthetically pleasing. And
oh yeah,
her life is just like a vibe.
Oh, Whitney Simmons. Do you follow Whitney Simmons?
Dancer? Was she on the podcast?
No, that was Lindsay Arnold. Whitney Simmons is a fitness girly.
Oh.
She has psoriasis.
Oh.
So she has like,
I like know nothing about her skin.
And
is she fun to follow?
Yeah, she was just on Women's Health magazine. She's like a goal to have on the podcast. If anyone has a hookup,
you reached out to
let
her?
me know. Yeah, she never opened my DM.
Does she live in Utah?
Yeah, and it's like one of those where like you send an invitation DM. That's like a new thing Instagram started doing, where it like sends the invite.
Did you leave a comment? I sent you a DM.
Oh yeah, I should. I feel like that's. I feel like that's so thirsty.
It is, but it's like, what if they never even knew you sent one?
True. And I have mutual friends. Like I could find a way in, but I'm not like. Yeah. I don't ever want to come off like desperate. but like
you
I
have
love
to remember
her.
you have to put that ego aside.
That's right. So I love following her, Whitney
Okay.
Simmons. The Modern Dad is just a hoot.
Really?
He was on my podcast.
Yeah.
He's just so funny. There's just no one else like him.
Yeah.
And we talked about
those are the best people to follow. It's like so refreshing.
Like, and we talked about it when he was on the podcast, how like everyone thinks he's gay because he's just so feminine. He loves girly things. He hates sports. He kind of like just has that about him. And it's so refreshing to see somebody just like own who they are. And he's just who he is. And he's like, I'm straight, but like, yeah, I like doing my little girl's hair and I like folding laundry and I like cleaning and I take Ozempic and like
I love
and he's just so fun. He's the best. I love following him. Jason, I know you might be listening, so just want to let you know I love you.
Hi, Jason, I'm gonna follow you.
And he even texted me when I like released my merch and he was like, I'm ordering it right now, gonna support the hell out of it. Like he's just the best.
Such a good friend.
He's the best. I love him.
I feel like Amber Filler Up is a good follow lately. It's like basic, but she's just refreshing too.
I don't know how that like didn't even cross my mind. I thought that was just like an obvious.
More than anything, it's just like her completely same thing. It's like she's just like doing and being whoever she wants to be, which is so much easier said than done.
And she's also one that's so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
she makes her life, she romanticizes her life so much.
I'm not gonna lie, that part like doesn't resonate with me as much.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Well, to me, and it's just like, I think maybe me too, maybe it's like imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
even like the sexy outfits and pictures, I'm like, damn girl, go off, but like I could never. But I think that's why I'm like, I hope to be where you are someday, just in the sense of being so comfortable that you like don't care.
No, for sure.
And she's just confident in like sharing where she's at.
Yeah, she's been super open and honest, which is great.
I don't know. I feel like later I'm gonna be like, oh, all these people.
I know people are gonna be like, you missed a great opportunity to share somebody, and I'm like, I forgot.
Do you? This girl, I feel like she's like extra cool on TikTok, but I love her style. Her name is Wit. Her Instagram is Wit Shae, Shaee. She is like so.
Oh no, she's a trasher.
She is.
We love you. Are you listening right now? We love you, Whitney.
She's like been wearing like I sent her a package lately, and she just looks so freaking
She's gorgeous.
Cool in Lala.
I think that was the first person. She like has been listening since like the beginning. I don't know how. I don't know how she found me, but I remember she had commented.
She's
like
from here.
Yeah.
From Utah, right?
And she commented or messaged me and was like, I love your podcast. And I was like, wait, you're so cool. Like that's the biggest really honor because like I hope to be as cool looking as you. So the fact that you listen to me.
She's cool.
I hope she's listening right now. Whitney, I love you.
Have you seen her TikTok? She's just so cool.
She's so cool. Her tattoos, her vibe, her house, like so her grungy, kids, her,
but like pretty.
She's stunning. Whitney, come on the pod. Like come back to Utah.
You should message her.
I'm trying to think of my last person. Probably honestly, this is like not that original, but I don't really care. Claudia Oshry.
Yeah. The
toast, like girl with no job. I love her so much.
Funny.
She's so funny.
I know.
And I just like relate to her in some ways. And so I just think she's the best.
I just think it's so refreshing too that she just says what sometimes she'll like say something that I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I can't believe you said that.
She's been canceled 3 times and has like come up from it.
I think she would be like paranoid to say anything.
And that's what I love too is like cancel culture like doesn't give anybody any room to like first of all be themselves sometimes and be sarcastic because like they're so scared of offending somebody. And like she just is like, no, like this is how I feel. And like you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to think the same way I do, but like like her being so open about her Ozempic, like people wanted to cancel her about that. And I'm like, why? Like her body.
Why does everyone keep worrying about what everyone else is doing?
Who cares?
Yeah. I think that the cancel culture whole like I think what Lauren and Michael always say is like you can't be canceled unless you let yourself be canceled. And I think it's like easier said than done, but it's like so true. Because when people are like saying things about you, it feels like everyone knows and everyone's reading it and everyone whatever. But then it's like if you delete Instagram off your phone for like 2 days and come back, it's like
everyone forgot.
Yeah, most of the time.
No, really.
But and if you act like nothing happened, like it's different if you actually did something messed up.
Yeah,
but
like really bad. But even if you did something really bad, unless you freaking like raped someone or something horrible, like when people bring out old tweets, that's what gets me. Yeah. I'm like, are we really going to cancel someone over
things
tweet
we said in high school
or a post that was from 12, 15, 20 years ago when they have never even shown like to be that person?
You were literally not the same person you were in high school.
Like that's what
you're
pisses
like 18,
me off.
Like unless it's like last year. Yeah.
Like if somebody says something and it's horrible now, sure, you want to get pissed at them and like yell at them and hold them accountable. Totally. But it was 15 years ago. Have they said anything like that since?
Totally.
Because let's be honest, the world 15 years ago was a lot different than it is now. Yeah. And like people are much better at
it is. We used to
say some crazy shit.
Listen to some music. Like when I listen back to songs, I'm like, I listened to this.
Oh,
like, but the best music
Pussycat
in the
Dolls
whole world
was like my jam when I was 8, and I'm like,
my hump,
like what?
Put your milk in my cocoa puffs,
milky, milky cocoa. Put your milk with my cocoa puffs,
milky, milky ride. She say I'm really.
What's that song called?
She wanna sex me. It's My Humps.
That's why did I think that wasn't My Humps? I saw Black Eyed Peas in person, just barely like a year ago, and they didn't play that.
That's so messed up.
And I think it's because Fergie's not part of their band anymore. But I was like, who cares?
All the good songs are Fergie.
Like, put it in anyways.
Weird.
I was pissed.
Yeah, that sucks.
And everyone was waiting for it. It was like,
so what songs did they play?
They played the party song. Why can't I think of what it's called?
Rock Party Anthem or something?
Yeah. No, Party All the Time. Oh, I need to find it. Because now it's going to freaking drive me nuts if I don't know how it goes. Party all the time.
We need Fergie to make new music.
Okay, but when she sang the national anthem, like, I was good. I didn't need any more.
I can't remember.
Oh, party all the time. Party all the time. Do you know what song I'm thinking of?
Party all the time.
And I'ma be up in the club. Don't ever. I like that. Oh, that was my jam. And what else did they sing? They sang like their very first hits, like back in the day.
That was like My Humps. And did they sing? No. Oh
yes.
Wait, that's Humps.
No, they sang. Let me find it. Black Eyed Peas.
The love song.
They sang I Got a Feeling. They did sing I Got a Feeling. I got a feeling.
Those are like,
but no, their OG one.
What's the beautiful song?
Pump it louder. Pump it louder.
What's the beautiful song that's about like more love?
Don't Funk With My Heart.
No, but that one's good.
That's
No, baby, no, don't lie.
Let's get it started in here.
Oh,
started in here. Now I'm just like singing.
Keep going.
Oh my gosh, no, that was so horrible.
That was like a slay.
No, I honestly, Black Eyed Peas, if you ever just like in the car and want to like have a party, turn on Black Eyed Peas.
You know the promo video you made me? You put Jason Derulo. Did you know Jason Derulo is like my secret guy?
Shut up. That's so random.
Obsessed.
Jason Derulo.
Like his music like hits me.
Okay, now I need to look up. Honestly, that generation of music is so much better than what the shit is now. Like
when Trumpets came out by Jason Derulo, me and Matt were first married, and I listened to it when I like a song, I like put it on repeat. I would put it on repeat the whole time I was getting ready for like an hour straight, and Matt would be
so
like,
good.
"Please turn it off."
It's so good.
So good.
Talk dirty to me. What you say now? Okay, what's that game? When you know the words to the song.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, let's do it. That's how we're gonna end. That's how we're gonna end the episode.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
When you freak, now I need to think of a song. Like, I'll go first, but I don't know what fucking song I'm gonna pick.
I know, it seems hard.
Okay. When you know the words to the song, sing along. Sing along. I
do it again.
I have
like, okay.
I have done.
It sounds like I am a child of God.
I have died
1,000 times
waiting for you.
Oh my
Darling,
gosh.
don't you? That was like so random.
What is it?
For 1,000.
It's a beautiful song. Okay, let me think of what song I'm gonna do.
To be honest, I literally just like said a word and then immediately thought of a song.
What? That's messed up.
But like it worked.
Oh my gosh, I must sing I'm a child of God for you. Okay.
Every day waiting for you. Brings back the Twilight vibes. Okay.
Ready? When you know the words to the song, sing along. Sing along. G.
G. Give me a little more.
It's
GLAMOROUS.
We're flying first class
up in the sky.
That was great.
That was great.
You did really good.
You did really good. Those were two beautiful songs.
I loved it.
Two totally different vibes. It was great. I loved it.
Perfect.
Lex, thanks so much for coming on Weekly Trash.
This
was so much fun.
How long has this been?
Almost 2 hours.
Amazing. Amazing. Time flies when you're literally taking out the trash.
When you're taking out the trash. Please come back anytime.
I know.
Truly.
We should do this more. It's fun.
It's the best. Let's start our own podcast. Lala Trash.
Maybe we should do like a side podcast, but that sounds hard.
No, we'll start a Patreon. Yes. And we can split the money half.
Do you really want to do that? It's never a good idea.
It's never a good idea. Working with friends is never a good idea.
We're recent friends, so it might be
so
different.
maybe it could work. Or then we would turn into business friends, and then we would slowly hate each other.
We'd be moguls. Oh.
Two different routes there. I just feel like anytime you work with, I just don't work well with people. I know.
I do feel like a podcast is maybe different.
Maybe, yeah, because you just vibe. If it's not that serious, if like the money's not that crazy,
you're doing it every day. That's different. But
but just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, if I do start a Patreon, I'll have you on it, and you should start a Patreon. I'll have you, and I'll come on it.
I would have like 5 subscribers.
That's the thing.
I got $50 a month. What could I buy with that?
No, that's the thing that stresses me out about a Patreon.
You would get a bunch.
Well, so I actually was going to start a Patreon. I started it. I filmed my first video and everything.
Oh my gosh.
And I realized I can barely do what I'm doing now, and I don't want to.
But you just started doing another episode.
Yeah, I don't want to commit to something and have people pay for it if I can't give it everything. So I decided not to, but it is something I want to do. I think maybe like beginning of 2024.
Love it. Say it,
but
put it out into the universe.
I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot. And like, if it's
you guys
only
need
10
to weigh
people,
should Josie do a Patreon?
For those who don't even know what a Patreon is, like it's just a subscription.
Yeah, but it's like behind
extra
a paywall.
Content. Yeah.
But the thing that's fun about Patreon is you could talk about extra juicy things.
That's
because
the thing.
Like your haters aren't paying to listen.
Exactly. And if they are, they're paying. So like it's
they're
whatever.
not haters.
Like I don't care.
So what would you talk about? Like let's just like do a little marketing. Like
I think what I would talk about for sure is like I'd give everybody a glimpse of what it really is like trying to get guests and like what
behind
that
the scenes.
looks
Like you could talk about what you were telling me before this episode.
Yes, like that kind of stuff.
OMG.
And just get like way more personal about like where like how I'm feeling about certain things, because like obviously I want this to be like a bubbly, happy place, but also I take out trash, so sometimes it gets deep and personal. But there's also so much I don't share and say because I want people to feel like this is an escape. I don't want every episode to be heavy and like I don't know, annoying. So I feel like it could be a place where I could be a little more personal in that sense. And then like I love talking about sex. Like sex is fun.
Oh my gosh,
and
that's what you should do.
We talk about it sometimes on here, but I feel like I would be way more open to talk more about it. Obviously, I'd have to make sure Caleb was like, okay. Like I wouldn't be like sharing my sex life per se, but I would be giving tips and tricks and like fun things like that.
You guys, should she do it?
I don't know.
DM her, let me know.
Let me know. It'd be like $5 a month or something.
$7.99.
$4.99.
$7.99.
I'm cheap. Like $4.99.
No, you're worth.
You're worth $20 a month. Cancel your gym memberships, everybody.
I'm sure there's something people could cancel.
Yeah, it's really not that much, and it's just like a way to support somebody.
I love being a Patreon-y to like people because I'm only to like 2 or 3 podcasts, but like to me, it's just like. First of all, if you love listening, it's like extra content. Yeah. But also, it feels like you're supporting them. Like podcasts are free, so it doesn't like to give someone $8 a month to be like, thank you for making me laugh in the car. Like, sure,
so true. Okay, you're convincing me.
It's not just like
a lot. It's like
not
that thing we were saying, imposter syndrome, where it's like nobody would want to pay to listen to me,
but like they would. First of all, but also, I feel like it maybe take a second to grow
for sure.
But in the beginning, it's like you just gotta like be excited, even if there's 10 people in the first day.
That's true.
Got $80.
That's true. $80 or $50. Who knows? Depending on price. But you're right. I should do it.
You're not going to charge $4.99. I won't let you.
Okay, fine. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to Weekly Trash. Everybody go follow Lex. I love you. What's your Instagram handle?
It's just Lex Nevin, my name.
Lex Nevin.
Yeah, my business is Dressed in Lala.
And everybody needs Dressed in Lala. It's the best. There is an ad in this for it in the very beginning that'll get popped in. But if you just skipped over that because you're not wanting to listen to ads, use code Weekly Trash for 10% off. Get your Dressed in Lala, look fabulous, look fun. And I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Next guest will get announced on Sunday. Lex, thanks so much for being here.
You're the best.
Love you guys. And don't forget to take out your trash. Bye-bye.